Here waiting for us to pop in. It is one and only Miss Angie. Hey, Angie.
Hi, Don. Oh my gosh, I feel like I have just been running rampant for the last, I don't know how long, trying to pull myself together. Can you hear me?
I can. Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to
How
get
about
my
everybody else? Can
camera.
everybody else hear Angie well?
Okay.
Super.
Hi, Miss
Linda's,
Linda. Hi, Lewis.
everybody's popping in. So, and Angie, we have a young lady who is waiting to come on live with us and have a
Oh,
little
wow.
conversation.
Okay.
So, when you're ready, let me know and we'll pop her on.
I'm ready.
All right. Collective Capricorn, you are up. Let me take Collective Capricorn's thing off of our off of the. There we go. Get rid of this. Here we go. Hey, Collective Capricorn.
Hey. Hi.
Can you,
I was not expecting this, but I'm showing up.
can you hear us well?
Yes.
Super. Well, thank you for popping in. We appreciate it. It's good to have somebody on the live with us. It's always good to have a conversation instead of the delay of time.
Right.
So it is true, Angie. Somebody pointed out your camera is like super clear today. Is it new or what?
No, it's the one that I used the last few times that we were doing it. So I
Oh, I
don't.
wonder if it's more lighting then. Is it the lighting is brighter?
It could be that the ring light is a little bit brighter.
Yeah, interesting. It's good. I know mine looks kind of blurry, and yet I have it at high definition. I have no clue. So, Collective Capricorn, what's the question you got? What's happening in your world?
So the question I asked was, hold on, I want to say exactly what I sent you, so I'm gonna relook at that. But it was, what is the best thing for me to focus on to bring the most balance in my day-to-day life?
Oh, good question.
Okay, immediately when you popped on, I saw a ballerina twirling around. Did you want to be a dancer at once in your life?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay. Is that still a passion or is that something that you gave up on? Because I still see it as something that you want to do, but do you feel like you've gotten too old to do it or that you were
Exactly.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Have you thought about doing a different kind of dance or I like you could I heard it's never too late. You can still do it. You may not be able to go and do it in the professional way that you wanted to do it first before, but you can still do it and get the satisfaction of doing like a local production or doing something um where it keeps you because you're into fitness. Is that true? Because I hear I see you kind of working out or trying to stay fit. So this could be another way that you stay fit, that you stay focused. I feel like you would be very disciplined if you got back into it. I'm really
Right.
low. Um, Let me see if I can turn it up, or let me make sure I'm on the right speaker. Um,
I can hear you.
okay, I'm sorry. So they're saying I'm low, so let me just make sure I have the right audio that they're supposed to be. Um, no, that's right.
Oh, Crystal says she hears you just fine. So maybe it's, I
Okay,
don't
maybe
know.
it's somebody else. Okay,
Maybe it's the
so
platform.
I definitely get that that is your passion. That's something that you want to do, that you wish that's something, a missed opportunity that you feel like you should have done. But I feel like you can still do it and you can still get some satisfaction out of it. Like you may not be able, or even, did you used to take ballet? Because I even get that
No.
maybe you could teach it or work with little
Oh,
girls who want to do it.
right.
Okay. So I feel that
Hmm.
very strong. Like that's a passion that you gave up on that you can really go back to, and it'll give you that focus. It'll give you the fulfillment and the joy that you want. Because I see you being doing a little production with little girls and getting them all ready and getting them all set to go out on stage and getting a sincere satisfaction from helping them to realize something that you never got to do. Um, you also do you want children or do you have children? Because I see you having a strong desire to have like a mini you. I see you as a little tiny you. So you want a child? Is
Definitely,
that correct?
yes.
Okay, I do see you wanting a little
Right.
child. Who is David? Is there a David?
Yes.
Okay, there's a David.
Not
Is this a
currently.
romantic person? No?
I would say not at the moment.
Okay, David.
There's
Because when I
nothing.
said daughter, I heard David and I heard his name really loud. So is this someone you would be interested in having a child with or having a romantic situation with?
I would say so,
I heard
yes.
yes. You didn't say it, but I heard yes. And um, has he not come forward, or does he not know your desire to do that, or is he involved with someone else? I don't see another person on his side, but does he not know that you're interested? He thinks that you're pretty.
Um,
There's a glow
yeah,
around you when he sees you. Like he thinks you're beautiful.
that's nice.
Um, is he older?
Yes.
Okay, he does seem older. Much older?
Um, I would say about 4 years.
Or okay, that's not much older. I was thinking like 10 years. So I see him as a person who could be interested in you. I see they showed me the four of wands, but they showed me the 10 of cups because they showed me a mother, a father, and a child in the middle. Do you want two? You want a boy and a girl?
I do.
Okay, so I see that, and I see that he could possibly be that person, but maybe he just doesn't know because that is a name that I heard really loud and clear as soon as I heard child. So the child I do see coming. I see 2020. Is there something else you're trying to finish before that? Are you in school, or is there something you're
Um,
trying to finish this year or before you actually get into trying to have a child? Is that correct?
yeah.
Okay. I heard completion is near. Are you almost done with whatever it is? Like you'll finish it this year, or you're closer to being done than you thought you were? You just need to
I'm
concentrate because they're showing me the concentration. I don't know if you remember this game. Don, do you remember that game back in the day? It was called concentration, and they would reveal little tiles and it would show you the picture. So concentrate. You're not concentrating enough to finish whatever it is
yeah.
that you're supposed to be focused on. So concentrate a little harder, but once you're done with that, your focus will then be on family and you can move forward because I do see you getting everything you want. I see lush green growth. I see the queen of wands, which is that nurturing mom that is helping you to that like runs the family, that nurtures the family, that gives everybody the support and the love. You're a very giving person, but you're not used to receiving love in that way. Is that correct? And then I heard hurt a couple times, like you've been hurt by a couple guys in the past because you're
Yeah.
so nurturing, you're so nice, and you're so. But it's giving you a tough exterior because they showed me you in a iron um in a night suit where you put on a very tough exterior and you're
Mhm.
really trying to be strong, but you really just want to be loved. Like if you take all of that stuff off, you just want to be loved. You just want to be um really respected and treated like honestly, they're saying like a princess. You just want to be treated like a princess, and they're saying you deserve that, and you will get that in the future. You just have to finish your task. You're very task focused. Let me finish this, and let me finish this, then let me finish this. And so once you finish this endeavor that you're on,
Right.
you can move on to that. But they're also saying you can pour your hopes and dreams into your daughter, and she can be a ballerina, and then you can get your joy out of helping her or helping her class, but they're saying don't
Right.
give up on it, but you can still focus on it and you can still dip into that dream of being a dancer. Don, do you have anything?
Yeah, the first thing that I got was I feel like you don't really have a good focus, and I feel like
Yeah.
that comes out in some of your regimentation. Some of your it's like you're somebody who kind of probably should be keeping lists and taking notes because certain things fell through the cracks because again it's not what you were focusing on at the moment, and then it disappears because it's like oops, forgot that. And so I won't say you're forgetful because I don't think it's forgetful. I think it's just again it's the I'll get around to it, and then once you don't have it written down someplace, you forget to get it accomplished, and then people get pissed and they're like, why didn't you think it mattered to me? And it's like it did, but just it's one of those things that I did not track it. So so
Right.
what I'm getting the fact that again, spirit's making clear. Spirit says that that you should look at ways in which you can organize yourself and to do better with organization so that you don't have this internal conflict continuously. Because as you list your things and as you start looking at ways to structure that organization, you will also, your communications will change because you'll have much more clearer communication. You also have clear communication because of responses in a timely fashion, because you're going to want to get off your list as soon as possible. And you're going to, and I'm getting the feeling again that the organization, I think organization, I'm getting the feeling like organization is not just around things to do, but even the house is a little bit disorganized and things. And so so I think that this will be good for you in many ways to bring some organization to the life, to your living. And therefore by doing that, you kind of change the dynamic, and in changing the dynamic, you're going to see a market improvement. So my most important thing that my spirit was telling me very clearly is organization and getting a focus, and start focusing, and then stay focused on and finish it through whatever it is. But again, list. They're showing me this. They're doing this. List. So start using lists if you can, until you eventually, again, you'll get yourself structured and organized to the point where you won't need lists anymore. But for now, list.
They're also showing me you like meditating, like in lush green grass by the river. Like, are you a person who likes to be out in nature and by the water and by the river?
Definitely.
Okay, so they're saying you need to reconnect to that, because I show you like throwing pebbles in there, and you're throwing them in there like wishes. Are you throwing them in there and then wishing as you throw the pebble, or something that you're throwing in there? They're also telling me to tell, there's something about a little green crystal that they're showing to me, or a little green stone. Do you
Right.
collect crystals?
Yes.
And do you have a little green stone that is significant to you? Carry that with you
Definitely.
more often. It'll give you a little bit more positive outlook on things. But definitely you need to get back to just going out, and you're alone. You don't seem to be with anybody. You're distracted when you're with other people because you nurture their needs and not your needs. And they're showing me nature surrounding you and enveloping you and helping you to focus more, and you getting that bigger connection with spirit than you've had before. So they're saying go and sit out in nature, just somewhere by a river, by water, because that water is that connection. That water um, feeds the green, lush grass, and it also feeds you. So you need the water and the grass, and just breathe in and let it be. And don't try to concentrate on any one thing. Just enjoy nature and allow it to speak to you. And then, have you ever tried automatic writing?
I have.
They're showing me you doing that, like you're just kind of in your zone and you're just feverishly writing and loving what is coming out, and then you go back home a couple of days later and you look at it, and there's ideas and there's things that you want to do. You don't want to work in corporate. You want to have your own business, but you're not sure what you want to do. You're very creative. Are you a craft person or a cooking person? Because they show me
Both.
both. And so they're saying that's what you need to do. That's what those ideas are coming through. Is there something about cookies, grandma's cookies?
Yes.
So you have a recipe from grandma's cookies.
Mm-hmm.
um Focus on that. That is where you need to do, because you don't really like being in the corporate. You like the freedom of doing whatever you want to do. So those cookies seem to be, I see a clear little wrapper with a little bow on it, and some little unique name that has to do with grandma with it. And so they're saying focus on your cooking, focus on your cookies. Holidays are coming up, 4th of July are coming up. Just do it, and just put them out there. I'm selling cookies for the 4th of July. I'm selling cookies for whatever other occasion is coming up. So start with the cookies and then move forward. Is there something about is dessert your specialty?
Yes.
Okay, that's where you need to focus. That's what you need to do, and put as much time into it as you have. Develop something. What is the lemon? I'm tasting lemon. Is there some lemon recipe too?
Just yes.
Okay, so all of those things you're hiding them, because they're showing them to me, and they're peeking out behind a curtain, like we're your success, we're your money. And so they're showing me little things peeking out behind, but they're turning into dollar signs if you allow them to be what you want them to be. So focus on them. And they're saying don't despise small beginnings. So maybe your first sale is only a couple, $100 or whatever it is, but then your
Mhm.
next one is bigger, and then your next one is bigger. So they're saying focus on that. Focus on the taste and the love and whatever you got of making them. It's the making that gives you the difference to everybody else, because everybody can make a lemon cookie or everybody can make whatever it is. But it's that focus that you have and that enjoyment
Hmm.
from it being your grandmother's recipes. And I just see you. Do you like kind of sing and have music on when you're cooking in the house?
Yes.
Okay, so I see all of that and you just love it and you just enjoying it. And so they're saying that's where your focus need to be. That's where your joy is. That's where your center is, because they're showing me a bright light just coming straight down into your center and focusing you and putting you back on track. But you've let all these little things of the world get you off track. Maybe I should go here. Maybe I should go there. Maybe I should do this. And they're all things that bring you no joy. That is your center. If you want to know how to get back on track and get focused and get grounded, that's where you need to do. Concentrate on your cooking and the love that you have for that. So do the things that mean the most to you. What is this, pumpkins and walnuts too? Is there something about that too? You have a lot of recipes.
Hmm.
They're showing me
Yes.
so many things. Like you're ahead of the game. You could be ready for the fall, you could be ready for the winter, you could be ready for every season. So get ready for that. And then they're saying do your research on Amazon. How do I get the little cookie wrappers? How do I get all this stuff really cheap? How do I pay for all that stuff? And so they're saying get all of that know-how in, because you're a very strategic person. Well, I can't make the cookies if I don't know how I'm going to package the cookies, and I can't package the cookies if I don't know where to get the stuff is. And so you need lists, like Don was saying, lists. You need a list of, okay, this is how much the supplies cost. This is where I can get the supplies from. This is the kind of cookies I can do. This is the next season. You're very strategic in that way. That's where your focus needs to be. Take it out of the air. You have it way too far out, and you need to bring it back into your joy. Your joy is where your money is. They're showing me joy and it's attached to your money. So find your way back to that. But your cooking is that. And the kids are coming. Don't worry about it. They're saying you're not too old, because you're thinking that you're getting old. And when is it going to happen? They're saying everything happens in divine timing. The kids will come when they're supposed to come. They're giving me the story about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and how Abraham and Sarah were very old, or Sarah was very old in age when she had Jacob. But there was a reason, because if she'd have had him in her younger age, then he would have been too old for Rachel and Leah. She had to wait to have Jacob so that he would be the age that he needed to be for the 12 tribes of Judah in the Bible, so he could birth those 12 tribes of Judah. So everything happens in divine timing. Do not think that you're too old. Do not think that you're past anything. Everything happens when it's supposed to be. And they showed me you just dancing on the timeline, but not really understanding why it's taking so long. And they said your tears are understood. We see your tears, we see your pain, we see your anguish. We are here to help you and allow us to help you. And then there's something about your grandmother's perfume, or something that the way your grandmother smelled, or
Right.
was there a powder that she used to use, like a
Yeah.
little powder thing? When you smell that, that's her. She's trying to encourage you. She's always around you, trying to encourage you. Is she deceased? Is that correct?
No, I have both of
She's
her.
not. Okay, but there's something about her perfume,
Yes.
okay, that you really enjoy. You just really like being around her. Cling on to that. Like there's so much stuff that is happening. There's so many people that are trying to help you. Wait a minute. So you don't have a deceased grandmother?
No.
Because there's somebody in the afterlife that is helping. This is like people. This is somebody in the afterlife that is helping.
Is she like kind of like have any disabilities?
A wheelchair?
Maybe something like that. Yeah.
She was strict.
I don't know.
She feels kind of strict. But this person is really trying to help you focus, really trying to help you get aligned, and you're not noticing the signs. There's music, like they're trying to get to you through music, they're trying to get to you through smells, through cooking. There's so many different things that the universe them, and it may not even be a deceased level. It could be just the universe itself is trying to get to you and trying to speak to you, and you're dismissing them as, oh, that's just a coincidence. Listen to all those things. Those are all the things that you need to focus on. Those are all the things that you've asked for. They show me you praying, like wishing upon a star and saying, well, what is it that I'm missing? What is it that I need to do? And they're saying, hey, we dropped this on you, we dropped this on you, we dropped this on you, and you just didn't get any of them. And so they want you to focus on all the little cues that they're giving you. But today they're saying cooking. Get out there on your cooking. Start cooking. Even if you're giving stuff away, and in the beginning, so that people get a taste of it, and then advertise, just post it on Facebook like, oh, I made cookies, I'm selling them for whatever. amount of time and then post that. It's free advertising on
Mhm.
any social media. So just get it out there or show them how to make it. I say this all the time. We're very voyeuristic. We like to see people do stuff. So show me how you make your batter. Show me how, don't give me the secrets to your recipe, but
Mhm.
show me how you do things. And that pulls me in. And so now I know, oh, this is how she makes her cookies. This is the reason she makes them. Tell me a story as you do that. Those are all free things, and you don't even have to do a lot of editing to it. I'm a person, you gonna get what you get. If I drop the bowl on the floor, you gonna hear that bowl drop on the floor. If I burn the first batch of cookies, you may not see that. But you know, I'm not very good at editing, so don't think that you have to be a perfectionist at it. Just get on camera, or just do, even if you don't want to be on camera, just show how you make it. Like, we like to see stuff like that. And that tells your story, and then that moves you forward, and then that gets you the advertising, and that's how people know. Like, a lot of times I have friends who'll be like, oh, I'm selling cookies for blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, where are you going to be? I want to order of this, I want to order of that. There's a guy who just does desserts around the holidays, and he sells hands over fist, red velvet cake, pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, and he just sells it for the holidays, and then the rest of the time he just cooks, but he posts what he's cooking. So
Mhm.
that's what you can do. So that's all I have for you, and that was really long-winded,
Thank you.
but the universe had a lot to say to you,
Thank you.
because they wanted you to know, we have not abandoned you, we have not given up on you, and stop sitting in your little mental cabin that you
Mhm.
put yourself in all alone, and understand that the universe is always speaking to you, and they're trying to help
Thank you.
you. All right,
Thank you so much.
so is that kind of the answer that you were looking for?
Yes,
Okay.
beyond.
I have one more question for you. Um, have you lost a sister, a sibling, a cousin, a young sister, sibling, or cousin?
A cousin.
Okay, a female,
He's a male.
a male. Okay.
Softer spoken though?
Uh, very like grandiose.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I'm getting a female energy, and I thought maybe it was coming from you, especially when Angie was picking up that older female energy. I was getting younger female energy, and I was getting like a sister energy, like a sister or a cousin, like on the same thing. Do you know if your mom maybe had a baby that didn't come to term?
Probably, but she hasn't made me or anything like aware of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, she
yeah.
hasn't mentioned anything.
I'm just feeling like sister energy, and I'm feeling like she was young when she passed, and 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 it seems to be attached to you because again, it was coming in during the connection there, and I'm thinking, where did this come from, and how did this work? So, but if it's not you, it doesn't resonate with you, then don't own it. Don't own it for sure.
Right.
That's the one thing we say. If it doesn't resonate, don't own it. Don't take it. It's not yours.
Makes sense.
Angels Will
Thank you.
Fly is saying something about marshmallows. Is there some recipe with marshmallows or something about marshmallows that she's seeing for you?
I did have an idea to craft marshmallows.
Oh, so she's seeing that. She's saying move forward. Like, all of your ideas, you seem to just drop them before they even come out, before you even let them come to fruition. But they are great ideas. They are your money makers. They are your freedom. That's what they're saying to me. That's your freedom. That's how you get everything you want, the joy that you want. It's the joy that connects to your money.
This is true.
So that's all
Well,
I have.
super. Thank you so much for
Knocked
for
it out of
joining.
the ballpark.
Thanks, but that's a good way to get the evening started too. Thank you so much. You have a great one. Don't forget to hit that like button and make sure you do the subscribes.
It's definitely. Thank you.
Adios. Bye bye.
Bye.
All
That
righty
was
then.
fun, Don. I like that.
Yeah, it really does
We
make
were
a difference when
hitting
you can
it.
have a
I love it. I
conversation.
love it. I love it.
Yep. Lewis, the best way to open the dragon portal, is that what you're saying? Open the dragon portal?
Why? Well, this is what I heard. Why do you want to open it? Like, what is the point? Do you just want to open it because you know it's there and you want to go into something that you don't know about? But why do you want to open it? That's what they're saying. Maybe the reason you can't open it is because you don't have a reason. You're just wanting to know.
And is it, or open means activate? It's the same thing because to activate, you need 12 eyes of Ender. And so if you have 12 eyes of Ender, you're good to go. But if you don't have 12 eyes of Ender, you're not going to activate it. So again, is activating and opening it the same thing? That's a good question. Who is next? Let's see who is next. I don't hear you.
I'm sorry, I muted myself.
Oh.
Uh, Alicia is being a hater on my glasses, Don. That's okay.
Nat says, question, I have something going on. Do I go with the first DR
Is
or
that
the second?
doctor?
And thank you.
Oh, and Kina had about a vertigo today. That's why she didn't show up. She was telling me she had to go and lay down. Vertigo just hit her all of a sudden.
Yeah, she talked to me earlier about that.
Okay.
What is DR, Nat? What is DR?
The first doctor or the second?
Is the DR doctor?
He said yes.
Okay. Let's see. So question, I have something going on. Do I go with the first doctor or the second? First and foremost, we don't give medical advice. So know that no matter what, from this point forward, we do not give medical advice. So do not replace anything we say with medical advice. Okay.
I'm assuming that maybe their treatment plan is drastically different. Like one, it doesn't sound as good as the other. Is that what it is? Because they're showing me a side by side like this. So I'm assuming that one is telling you to do this and one is telling you to do something else, and you don't know which one to do. They're saying, I don't know. And this just may be me thinking is logically what makes more sense to you. Like you have some kind of say in your medical care. You can ask more questions. Don't come to a psychic, go to the doctor. That's the person who knows what your ailment is. If I want to know why I'm having this pain in my head, I'm not going to come to a psychic and be like, hey, why do I have a headache? I'm going to go to my doctor and say, hey, what's going on with my head? And I was thinking the same thing, Pam, get a third opinion. Like if you don't like it, get another opinion or compare the notes or ask them if they can consult with each other as a team to see what is the best option for you. Like I always ask, I'll say, listen, my last doctor told me to do A, B, and C. And then this doctor will say, hey, well, this isn't this and this isn't that. Even with my training, the person that's training me, I sent them videos. It's like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And they were like, this is why you don't do it. And this is why you don't do that. And this is why you do this. And so you can present to each doctor or ask them to communicate with each other. It's not like they're going to fight if you tell one doctor that you have another doctor.
Mm-hmm. I do see that you have a very, very stern doctor. One of the doctors is very stern, very authoritarian. He's a younger doctor, and he's somebody who has a lot. He's a very heavy patient load, so it's hard to get in to see him. Is that one of your choices? Because I'm getting that. And is the other one a female doctor? So do you have one male, one female doctor? I asked 10 billion questions again. It's like, which was the yes, Nat? Yes, do you have one of do you have yet one of each? And you say, if you say yes, one of each, no, one of each, that would be good. Yes, one of each, no, one of each. The female is stern. Okay. So you have a female and a male. So I was right on target with that. Yeah. I get the feeling you're drawn to the male doctor. That's the energy I got there. Was he the second in line? Because again, I got the cup and the Ace of Cups, which tells you again he was the new one. He was the fresh one. But I'm getting the sense that you're drawn more to the man. But for some reason, that you have that 10 of Wands, which is like you feel like the woman seems to know her stuff as well. So I think this is going to be more of a personal preference situation, but I feel like you're drawn to the male more. The question is, which one do you feel has the right answers? And again, if you don't think either one may have the right answer, then go to a third one, and maybe they can give you something that fits which of the. It'll kind of like determine which of the one is right. So that's kind of what I'm getting. Can I get in line for reading? You can give me a question, Quelly, and we can do a reading. By the way, folks, don't forget Susan and Susan and Julie were on Tuesday, and today I uploaded a video of an interview that I did with Susan. Hey, Brittany, nice to see you in. I did an interview with Susan and talking about her new book, and so I'm going to play just a little commercial for her. It's not the whole thing; it's just a commercial. And it's not about the interview, it's about the book itself. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Susan Grayson, and I'm here to introduce you to my new book, Love Your Spiritual Gifts. This is a book that's probably like 40 years in the making, and it's here to teach you how to learn, grow, and develop your gifts. It talks about mediumship, it talks about reading the tarot, it talks about all kinds of metaphysical happenings and what I have learned and my experiences. It is published on Amazon, and I think you will love it. Buy it. Thank you.
Super, super. So Susan's a sweetheart. We love her to death, and I just told myself, don't use that phrase. That's terrible. We don't love her to death. We love Susan. So I figured I'd give her a boost there. So if you guys are curious, if you have skill sets, or you're curious to see your skill sets improve, whatever, don't hesitate to check out her book. Again, it's on Amazon, and you can find it under Susan Grayson. Just type Susan Grayson, and it should pop up. If not, then type Love Your Spiritual Gifts. Additionally, if you're on my side of the ledger and you're not on Angie's side of the ledger yet, make sure you pop over to YouTube, and make sure that while you're on YouTube, you subscribe to Angie's YouTube page. And then if you're on Angie's side, then you can repeat the same side on mine. Again, this makes it easier. The good part is if you're on a phone and you see this, then you don't have to worry, because you can hit the thing in the chat and it'll take you to the same place. More importantly, though, when you go there, please hit subscribe. If you don't hit subscribe, then you kind of wasted your trip. So make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Exactly, because I clicked on it and I clicked on the link one day when you were on, and I'm like, well, if you don't hit that subscribe button, you're just another visitor to the page.
Exactly. And if you
Willie
have it
Mae
up,
said they love your daily downloads. I told you, Don, I love them.
oh, thank you. Yeah, I enjoy them too. I do daily downloads every day, and it starts on YouTube and TikTok, and then of course I share it with the others. You're welcome to check those out, and more importantly, if you are curious about what this week has in store for you, I have uploaded the weekly readings for each of the zodiac signs on YouTube, so you can check them out on YouTube. You can pop your way over there and find out what the week has in store for you. Also coming up very soon, within the next day or two, will be the month of July readings. So watch out for those. And then I've got a special thing for July 4th. So something's happening here. Some things are happening. So pop over to YouTube and enjoy the videos. With that said, who is our next person up? Kathleen.
Listen, Don, that is the person that I was looking at too. And I wanted to be like, well, if y'all had a bad argument, why do you want to go back? Like, they're showing me that this is just a roller coaster or a Ferris wheel. Y'all just go through this over and over and over and over and over again. And you break up to make up, break up to make up. It's a very volatile relationship. And you two really do need to be separated. Like, they're showing me that the universe is trying to pull you apart, but you two keep fighting your way back to each other because you're comfortable with the madness and the chaos that you're creating for each other. You should just move on, is what they're saying, but you don't want to because you're comfortable with it. And you're also afraid of meeting somebody else and being rejected by a new person. So, Kathleen, honestly, you should just let it be done and move on. Somebody smokes cigarettes heavily also, in this relationship, but they're saying you should probably just move on, but you're not. You're just going to keep going back to it and keep getting bumped upside the head by the same thing. You're having the same argument over and over and over. Even the universe is looking at you like, really? They like, we ain't even gonna pull y'all apart. Y'all want to roll in the mud together? Just go ahead, roll around like two pigs in the mud and do whatever it is you do. But if you really want to try, if you really want to find true love and happiness and joy and get married, because I see that that's what you want, you need to move on and find somebody else, because your husband is standing over here waiting, just looking out in the atmosphere, wondering where you are, and you're over here or with Willie Lump Lump, letting him just give you all kinds of bruises and bumps in love and not even enjoying the relationship. Like, you're not even happy in the relationship. You argue immediately when you get back together, and then you pull apart, and then you come back together, and then you pull apart and you come back together. So if you really want true love and to find a husband that is over here with his back to you, then you'll let him go and you'll move forward. Or you can just continue to be with Willie Lump Lump.
Yeah, because I get the feeling like this again is their MO.
Yeah. And you just keep taking it over and over and over. Literally, it is like a lump upside your head. Like, boop, let me pop her one more time. Boop, let me pop her one more time. Like, you really do not enjoy the relationship, but you're comfortable in the chaos, so you want to move on. So, I mean, are you two going to get back together? Of course you are, because that's what you do. I hear the song "Make Up to Break Up," but if you truly want love and a husband, you'll move on. Will
Between
I ever
you,
have a love life? Lord help the child.
between you, me, and the fence post, those words just I don't think they'll register because I don't think she's there yet. But you need to get yourself there. You need to get yourself there, in my opinion, because again, it's time. It's time.
She didn't hear anything we said. You know what she about to do? Pop right off our read and go on to somebody else, and they go tell her he love you. He just misunderstood, and she gonna be like, "I'm just gonna go back to him because
Exactly.
I think he perfect." Well, he perfectly go keep hitting you upside the head.
Um, the person who asked about the dad, where was it? I was trying to find it because I saw it earlier, and I just wanted to tell you, yeah, he's there. He's around you. He's around there often. You don't you know he is. The answer and asking the question, you knew the answer, which again you just needed confirmation. But yes, you have confirmation. Your dad is there, and when your
There's
dad is,
something about a dog barking too, Don. Is there maybe she has a dog on the other side too, or something about a dog barking?
oh, I know who it was. It was a he or a she. I'm not sure.
I
I'm
think
trying
it
to
was
find it again.
Tanya. It said Tanya
Oh, here it is. Tanya Hikes. Yeah, Tanya, do you have a dog as well that's passed over that crossed over?
or something that associates the dog with your dad.
Ah, good point there.
Because I hear a dog barking, like a little golden or brownish colored dog.
Yeah, I'm and hmm,
Yes to the dog, Tanya.
yeah.
Is that what you're saying? So the dog has reunited with your dad, is how I'm getting it, or is what I'm assuming. Um, was this your childhood dog? Are you wanting a new pet? Because I'm hearing get a new pet, it'll bring you closer to your dad, or it'll bring that energy in of your dad. The dog passed 6 months after. Okay, so I feel like you still want to love on your dad, or you're missing your dad in that way, and they're saying get another dog or a dog that is similar to, because there's something about the dog and the love of the dog and the way that it okay, y'all, if y'all hear my son screaming in the background, that's him playing his game. In about 10 seconds I'm about to go in there and pop him beside his head because he's so loud. But back to Miss Tanya. So the dog, get another dog, and that'll be the love. Like your dad seems to be coming through with that love of the dog. There was something about you and your dad and the dog that was very significant, and that's a closeness. You're missing a lot of signs. Something about food that you used to eat, or a dish. Like did was your dad like before he passed like sedentary where he couldn't move, or you like brought food to him while he sat in a chair? Because I feel like you brought dinner to him to sit in the you brought dinner to him, and there was something about a special dinner or something that he really liked that you cooked. Well, either way, yes, your dad is around. The dog is reunited with your dad, and that is how the whatever memories, like they're showing me dreams. They're showing me the 6 of Cups. So there's memories and dreams that you're having about this dog, and you're wondering he couldn't really eat. Okay, so they're showing me some. He appreciated that you prepared meals, or that meals were being prepared to for him, and he wants you to know that you have he wants you to understand the appreciation for the meals that you were having for him. And when you have that craving for that food, or you remember those things, he wants you to see the joy in it. He wants you to stop dwelling on the loss of him, and understand the life that the full life that he'd have. And he said, you know, I can't live forever. Like this body was going to wear out eventually. You need to move on and move forward and know that I'm okay. I think you wondered if he was still in pain, and he's saying, no, he is okay. He is fine. You need to know that the body wore out, the spirit is still here, the soul is still here. And if you listen, is there a country song, or was your dad into country music? Because I hear something about a country song, Willie Nelson or something like that, or was he like a? Is that the Willie Nelson that I'm getting? Because I'm getting a Willie Nelson vibe. So I thought country music, but it could be the other Willie Nelson. It's taking a minute. Miss Tanya, we need you on here to just come on and check that link. Get your
Exactly.
email. So we can talk to you. Type faster, honey. Type faster.
Hey, Bonnie, nice to see you in. Good to see you.
Oh, okay, so music was his thing. So he wants you to listen to his Willie Nelson won't go away. He keeps showing me Willie Nelson. So was it country music? He's saying listen to the music that he used to listen to, and that'll help you to get closer to him. And you cry a lot when you think about him, and he wants you to stop crying. He was like, you are not living your life to the fullest because you're still hanging on to him and like he's no longer there. He's no longer physically here, but spiritually and energetically he's still around. He can still help you if you tune into that. Literally just write to him in your journal, dear dad, and say whatever it is you say to him. I feel like you have some unfinished things that you want to say him. Write that in a letter to him. You can either burn the letter after you're done and let and release that energy, or you can just save it and put it away. But there's a lot of things that you want to say to him, and he's like, I'm okay, I moved on. And so get the dog, listen to the music, and write to him so that he so that you can say whatever it is that you need to say, but also that you can let those emotions go. They show them flowing out like a river, like one, or even drop them in the water. Was there something about water and boating? Did he like to go fishing? There's a lot of things that he sends to you, and you just poo poo them away like they don't, like they're just coincidence or they're just memories. Those are him. That is him trying to reconnect with you, trying to console you. Like I feel like you were sitting on the bed the other day with your hand in your hair crying, and he had his arm wrapped around you trying to console you, and you didn't even recognize the warmth of his arm around you or the embrace that he was trying to give you because you're so consumed with grief, and he wants you to let the grief go. He's like showing me a balloon that says grief, and he wants you to let it go and let it move on. He's saying it's not going to bring me back and it's not going to make you feel any better. It's just going to weigh you down and keep you from living your life to your fullest. Who is John? Or what's his name? John, Tanya. John. It seems like a little boy. Do you have a son named John? Listen, your sentence wasn't even that long. I think you could type a little bit faster than that. Maybe I'm just impatient. You don't know a John. He's showing me a John. You don't have a, do you have a little boy or are you wanting a little boy? But because I hear John. Okay, then maybe it's not you. That's all I have down.
The other thing I'm getting from the father is he's showing me a scene in the hospital room, and Tanya, can you confirm that there was a was it your husband or your brother? Um, um, Again, husband or brother who threw a fit. I would say, for lack of a better word, really made a scene at the hospital in the room. Was it over a nurse? Was it over a nursing situation or something? Because I'm getting okay. You have a brother, but did the brother throw a scene or make a scene at one point? Because and the dad was your father at that point. You thought was out of it, but I'm seeing this big scene caused, and it's about I'm seeing it attached to nursing, not so much about family interactions, but there was some stress between the family. I'm getting that, but I see a drama with the brother and the nurse. And your dad was still around at that point. He understood what was happening. He was, but he was looking, but from from a height. He wasn't in his body at the time. Also, one more thing, Tanya, when he finally passed, when you all think he finally passed, he was gone before then. He had already left and he had already headed off at that point. There was just a need for somebody to officially say, hey, there's no longer life there. But he had moved on already. He had it was his time to go. It was his exit. And he took it. And know that it wasn't when he left knowing. And it's interesting because I'm seeing I don't see an ICU, so he wasn't ICU, right? Because I don't see ICU, I don't see all that. I see more of a regular kind of room. But they're also showing me, is your mother still around? Because I'm seeing an older woman in the room too. So was that your mother, or was that? I knew it, but yes, my brother did that. Okay. But did you? So was the mother still there, or was it a sister of your father who was there? Because he's showing me someone holding his hand, and she's a short kind of your mother. Okay, she's a shorter woman. And she knew when he left. From what he's telling me, she knew when he left. And again, he left before everybody thought he left. She knew when he left. It's interesting because he was kind of comatose. Was he comatose? Because I'm getting comatose. He was out of it. And then he just kind of looked at her, and she could read in his eyes. And then he slipped off. He was done. And she gave him that look of, okay, it's like he knew she would be fine. He knew that she was taken care of, and it was time to go. Because one of the biggest things that he felt, that he's telling me, is that he felt, he just laid there. Exactly. Yeah. And exactly. And he had left that body before, you all know, but your mom was there when he actually did the exit. And when he, yeah. Okay, I see. It's interesting. He waited as long as he could because he really felt guilty about leaving your mom, and he wanted to make sure she's taken care of. And he had this guilt. He went with this guilt of thinking that maybe he could, but he also knew he had to go. There were no other options. This was his final exit. So he took it. So he waited as long as he could. But also, again, it was just a concern over your mom. And when your mom gave him that look that said, it's okay, when he knew that she was okay with him leaving, that's when he took the exit. And again, you all probably got the notice a little later, but he had already cashed out. He'd already decided to leave. But know that where he is now, he is fine. He is happy. He is comfortable. He is whole again, and that the love that you guys had is there, and he is with you. He comes back, as Angie said. He visits with you often, and when you believe or not, again, whether you want to believe or not, he is there, and he is often there. All you have to do is call his name. He'll be there. I'm serious. You call his name, speak it verbally, and he will be there. Okay, so. Love, light, and blessings to you and your father. So there you go. Who is next? Let's see who else is here.
I see a Jenny Lynn Berkeley asking for a message from Spirit.
Jenny.
I just want y'all to know, all y'all asking me about, are you gonna meet somebody? If I knew how to tell you how to meet somebody, don't you think I'd be married by now? I can see the future. If I can't see my husband, I can't see yours.
Okay. Yeah, we see Jenny. Jenny, this one's for you. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jenny. Who is the? Oh goodness, Jenny. Can we talk? Can we talk? Oh my gosh, there is somebody in your life who has an addiction issue, and is it a brother? Is it a relation? Is it somebody you're in a relationship with? I'm getting. It feels like it's around the same age as you. So is it brother, sister, cousin? I'm getting more of a male energy. But who has the drug addiction issue? The drug problem? And I'm saying drug, but it could be alcohol. I don't think it's alcohol though. As soon as I said that, no, I got no. Spirit said no. This is a drug thing. Yeah, there's a I'm getting a real strong sense of a drug situation, and it is really taking its toll on you and the family. Um, and um, it's interesting because spirit's like, you know what, you can't save them. It's not, it's, you can't, they've got to do this, they've got to take care of this is their issue. You can't own it, you can't feel responsible for it. You can empathize with them, but don't sympathize with them, because it's not, it's they don't deserve your sympathy. They need to move on, they need to get this, but it's not an easy thing to do. Does this resonate with you? Because again, I'm seeing it, but you haven't responded. So are you, or did I go someplace I shouldn't have? And if that's the case, you
You
can tell me
just
too.
said sure. Gosh, I had something. I totally lost what it was. Oh, I heard the song. It's been a long time coming, but a change go come. Like a change is coming.
She said, not sure who that is. Okay. Hmm.
Then what was the sure for?
Maybe sure that she's okay with having a conversation. The first question I asked.
Oh, can we talk? Sure. Okay. I'm like, what is the sure for?
Exactly.
Um, because when you started talking about addiction, I immediately saw the devil energy. So maybe maybe she's the person with the addictive type personality, or maybe she has the issue. And I mean, it could be her inner demon. But I got, it's been a long time coming and change gonna come. It's a really sad, you're in a very sad energy, a very down, deep, hurt, full energy, almost a depression, but not, maybe not quite there yet. But you are really in a melancholy mood, and that song is a song that I heard. A change is gonna come, but it's taking so long because you're resistant to the change. They're trying to pull you forward, and you're trying to stay back in your comfort place. And if you really want a change to come, you need to be open and embrace the things that spirit is sending to you. There's something about a flower or a leaf that you keep seeing over and over again, that they keep showing me, that you are not and that is some kind of symbol. Is there something about a leaf or a symbol or a flower or something that you keep seeing? It's significant for you. um Gosh, and I don't even know what this is. Hello, Terry T.
Hey, Terry T.
But there's something about a flower or a leaf that you keep seeing over and over. Is it something, and I keep hearing the word indigenous, is it something that has to do with your history or your focus? I feel like your ancestors are really trying to get in contact with you, but you're just not open to it. Yes, you are so right. Oh my God. Yes, a leaf. Okay. So it has something to do with your ancestors or your heritage. Or are you thinking about doing an ancestry DNA thing? But there's something that ties to your DNA or to your ancestors that are trying to reach out to you, and you're not understanding what the leaf is. So maybe you need to research what the leaf is or the flower is, and then you'll understand how it's connecting to your ancestors. But you don't seem to be getting the cues that they're throwing to you. Like they're giving you things, like they're showing there's unnatural things that are happening to you, and you're just throwing away, like they don't make any sense. And they're trying to pull you forward to help you to get out of this rut that you're in, but you don't want to. Are you thinking about relocating to a new city? Because they show you just kind of shaking off, or like they show you shedding your skin like a snake, and then as you shed your skin, there's a whole new horizon or a whole new skyline for you to explore or for you to see. But I feel like they're showing it to me at night. So you're trying to do this under a cover of darkness, or you haven't talked to anybody else about it, or you don't want anybody to know that you're thinking about leaving. And they're saying if that's the case, you need to go ahead and go, or you need to go ahead and move forward. That would be a good thing for you to go ahead and leave, to relocate. It will help you out a lot.
So are you thinking of relocating? Is that what you're saying?
So she says she's been thinking about it. So you just need to go ahead and pull the trigger. Like they literally showed me a trigger being pulled, and just go ahead, pack up and leave. And you don't have to tell anybody. Just relocate and then be like, ta-da, housewarming party, come to blah, 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 wherever I am. I hear clear Michigan. Are you thinking about moving to Michigan? If you want to get in and do a and come on live with us, then you go to that. You send an email to that. I've been in my place for 7 years. What does that have to do with anything? Are you an indentured servant? Like you can't leave your place? What does 7 years have to do with it? Get up and move. If you want to go, just go. I have been in Michigan for 30 years, and when it was time to go, I just got up and go. Like you're giving excuses as to why you can't go. What does 7 years have to do with anything? That's at the end of 7 years, your bankruptcy is cleared out. You can just move on. Again, that is another. You're confirming what they're saying. Move on. It's an ending. You've been there 7 years. That's an ending. Move on. Not sure where you want to go. I mean, throw a dart at the map and just go. Like you don't seem to have any ties anywhere, so you can explore. You can stay here for a year, stay there for a year. You can move around. You can look at what kind of climate do you have. Listen, people talk about the heat here, but let me tell you this: Arizona has the least amount of natural disasters, so that's why I stay here. I don't have to worry about no hurricane. I don't have to worry about no flood. I don't have to worry about no earthquake. I don't have to worry about no snow. I don't have to worry about a whole bunch of natural disasters. So that's what keeps me here. Think about what it is that you like. You keep wanting the universe to say, hey, go over here and move there. What is it that you like? It's not a dictatorship. The universe wants to give you what you want. So, what is it that you want? What kind of climate do you want? What kind of activities do you want to do? What kind of job do you want? What kind of lifestyle do you want? What kind of people do you want to be around? Those are things that help you to understand where you want to go. So, decide to do that, or just start applying to places that you thought you. That's how I ended up here. I literally started applying to jobs in Arizona, Nevada, and Texas, and I got 3 job offers here before I got a job offer anywhere else. And that's how I ended up where I am. If you want the universe to decide, then go ahead and put your resume out there and let them decide. Let them send you the jobs, and then you go where they tell you to go, because you don't seem like you want to make a decision. You want somebody else to make the decision. So then you don't have any accountability for why you're not moving forward or why the thing didn't happen. Just go ahead and move
Yeah,
forward.
and it's interesting because again, the conversation, every time you've mentioned something, there's been a reason, a reason, a reason. And it's like, at one point you got to step up, Jenny, and say, you know what? I have a lot of excuses. You have to acknowledge you have a lot of excuses. And the question is, are those excuses because they're true excuses, or are they excuses because they're reasonable reasonable thinking people's way of saying it's out of my control? And you know what? And what Angie said very clearly, and what you need to know is it is in your control. And if you really want to move, get her done. If you don't want to move, then stay there. But don't fuss about wanting to move and then find excuses why you can't. It's not the why you can't, it's the why you don't. Let me get that clear again. Not why you can't, it's why you don't. And then if you flip that word
Oh, I
again,
like
choose
that,
that proper
Don.
word and say, you know what, I will, then you do. But if you're not gonna never comes. Tomorrow never comes. Again, focus. So Jenny, if you want to take the step, then you have to take it. But giving excuses will not. It's not going to get you to the next level. You got to put on big barrel panties, and you got to say, damn it, I'm doing it, and then just get it moving, because again, ultimately it's on you. And the reality is it
Yeah.
this is your happiness, this is your contentment, you are not happy right now, you are not contented right now, you are not feeling like you have your full, you don't feel like you've met your full functionality or your full purpose or whatever it is. And that's because, again, you don't fit in where you are. You need to move to a place where you are more simpatico. And if it means going on a visit to different places to try it and see what the energy brings, then do it. But the one thing I can tell you is, if you're sitting still, then you're falling behind. So don't sit still. Get your stuff moving and do something. You can always change again. The best part about movement is that you can just move again and move again. It's not the easiest thing to do, but I'm like Angie. I don't see that you're grounded to the point where you can't make decisions because you're held down so much. I think you can, once you put the wheels in motion, you can easily move. And then if that doesn't work out down the road, move again. Do what you have to do.
I moved sight unseen. I had never been to Arizona. I knew that only I had a few friends that lived here, and I just connected with the people that I knew that were here. I had heard a lot about it, and things like that. But I just listen. That's where the job. That's where the money. Where the money reside. That's where the money came in. So that's where I went. And that it was the best decision that I could have made. There's opportunities that open up for my son that would have never been available to him while I was in Michigan. There's opportunities that open up to me. There's people I met. I met Don. I met a whole psychic tribe of people. My abilities flourished here. Had I just stayed there with excuses as to why I didn't want to leave, I would have been there forever. So you have the opportunity, you can move forward. If you really want to go, then go. Just pack up the car and be like, I'm out of here. Don't renew the lease, sell the house, get on out and move forward. We have a friend who moved to Portugal. She was like, I'm tired of being here. And she just packed up her stuff. She sold everything, got rid of everything, and just moved. It's your choices. You have to have some say so in what you want. Better and bigger opportunities are there. Your energy is very heavy. It weighs me down and it makes me not want to move because it's so heavy and it's so dark and you're just allowing yourself to be unhappy. And what they're saying is just move forward.
Exactly.
What'll happen if you move forward and it don't work out? Okay, you move forward again.
There you go. And next up, we have another live person. Woohoo! Here we go.
Right, okay,
Welcome in. Is it Arnaldo?
Yeah, sí, se llama Arnoldo.
Welcome in. Welcome in. What
Hi.
is your question, Arnaldo?
My question was, in my future, will I be successful? And if not, what are my future callings?
what is this about soccer or sports? Are you very much into
I
soccer?
do love soccer. I used to play soccer when I was a kid, when I was very, like, just an infant, just growing up, right? You're just into sports.
You don't do it anymore because they immediately show me soccer. Have you thought about coaching kids with soccer or doing
I
something like
have
that?
thought about
Your
that. I
energy is
do
very
have a
strong. You're
soccer
very
book
determined.
that teaches youth soccer books and stuff like that. I do have those books. So that is part.
Do you enjoy working with
I
youth?
do love the youth, but I don't think the youth loves me.
You seem to have a very bubbly personality and you seem to be like playful on their level and you can speak to them in a way that other people can't speak to them. Like you understand their pain because you're a little bit still close to their age, but you're not so far away that they think that you're old fuddy
Oh
duddy.
yeah,
And they're saying that you can tap into that. Your future could be bright
right.
with working with the kids. I see you being a very strong mentor for children. I see you with a lot of kids just jumping and partying around you. Like I feel like if your family has a party or a celebration, you're the one the kids are gravitating to. The kids love to be around you. They love to jump on you. They love to just be around you. And so they're saying look into that. But
Okay.
also, what is this technology or this computer thing that you're looking into? Something to do with media or technology or computers. They're
Yeah,
showing me cords
technology.
and
Oh,
cables so
it's
that you
chords. I do have an old GameCube.
is there some are you thinking about doing coding or
I'm not
gaming
gonna
or
lie,
something
I
like
used to
that? Is
have
that
coding
something that
books, but I lost them in California a long time ago.
you do know that Microsoft, Google, Harvard, and all of them do free
Yeah,
coding
on
classes
Google,
online.
right?
You
On
literally
Google.
can go online take class. So they're saying, why aren't you doing it? Like, what is holding you back? Like, you have so many options, you have so many talents, and you're not into them. What is this about tattoos?
Oh
Are you an
wow.
artist or a drawer,
Yeah,
or do you
I
do
I'm not an
tattoos?
art. I do like to think I am a bohemian, like an artista type of, you know.
Do you think about designing tarot or drawings or
Yeah,
something like? Would that be something that you could do? Design
that'd be
tarot
pretty
cards?
cool. I used to work with mandalas in my photography class and stuff like that, and we were 3D printing on, like,
You have so many different talents, you're just not tapping into any of them, and you have so many different they're showing me literally a road that can go this way, this way, this way, and this way. You have so many options that you're overwhelmed. That's how I am with Netflix. If I go into Netflix and there's too many options, I just shut it down and go watch something I already saw before because I'm overwhelmed with the amount of options. You have a lot of options. You just have to find your passion, the one thing that you like to do, and move forward with that. They're showing me your artwork or your drawing that you really could go back into that because a lot of people have a vision, but they don't know how to make it move forward. The first thing they're showing me a list of things that you need to do. So you can either write these down or you can just kind of remember the one, look into the coding classes. It's not as hard as you think. You may love it. And it'll get you right out there really quickly. Two, get into your drawing because if you just post some of your artwork online, people will be drawn to it. I have a friend who just makes stuff in her meditation or in her time. She posted it online, and I was like, hey, give me that. I want to buy this. I want to buy that. People will buy it. You just don't think that your artwork is good enough because you're a little bit of a perfectionist, but they're saying just draw it and put it out there and let people know, frame it really nicely, or just put different things out there, and that'll help you out. Again, also look into working with the youth, even if it's just soccer, or do you want to go back to playing soccer?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about going back to soccer for the longest time, but I don't think I have it. Well,
They showed me the Nike sign and it said, just do it, get your body in order. Like, have you been training
yeah,
and running
yeah, I
and
have
doing
been
it? Have you gotten
conditioned.
back into personal training?
I-
So you're getting your body physically fit, and they're saying just go out there, walk on a team and see if you like it, or find a local group who likes to do
Yeah,
that too, and it'll give you motivation. You need something to focus on that gives you motivation. Once you have that motivation, but it's a physical thing that gives you the motivation, not necessarily a mental thing. Like, physical things give
yeah.
you motivation. And then that helps you to move forward because you have so many different things. You need to focus on one thing, and then that'll take you to the next thing, and then that'll take you to the next thing, and then that'll take you to the next thing. You are a very talented young man, and you're is there something to do with singing or music? Did you used to
Oh
make music
yeah, I used
also?
to love doing music as a little kid. Like when I was a little kid, I used to try to rap or rhyme a lot as a little kid, you know. But and then you get other people joining you, and it's so different from yours. And then you just learn, and it goes from there and tumbles down, you know.
Do you make TikToks or
No,
something
I
like
don't make
that?
TikToks. Well, actually, I made
You
a
don't. You
couple of
don't make any
TikToks.
kind of
I made a
online
couple of
videos.
TikToks. I made a couple.
Were they funny? Like, you seem to be a very funny person. Like, you could have got a lot more attention had you got more into it. I really see you as a media person or something that's very artsy that lets you be creative. You need to create things. Like, your imagination is off the chain. Are you into
Yeah,
anime too?
I like animation.
Oh my
I love animation.
gosh. You could be doing anime, you could be doing the tarot, or you could design a tarot deck, you could be selling your drawings, you could be doing the 3D art again. There's so many things, but they're all creative because your mind just goes a mile a minute. Do you have trouble
I
sleeping at
do.
night? They're showing me something about melatonin or a little bit of other chewy
I do
edible
have
things that
trouble
help you
sleeping, but
relax.
I talk to my doctor a lot, you know. I'm very into my health. Currently right now I do take medication for sleep because I have insomnia, I have depression, I have
That's
bipolar,
because your brain isn't shutting down
schizophrenia.
at night. You're not shutting it. You have so many ideas. And if you actually get those ideas out and start moving forward, then you wouldn't have so much trouble. Like, you're when you go to sleep, everything just starts swirling around in your day. Everything from your day, or all the ideas and things you had. And they're saying just get up. Like, I used to wake up at 3 o'clock every night, and I couldn't sleep. And I said, and I asked my guides and everything what it was, and they couldn't tell me what it was. So I went and got a job. If I'm gonna be up, then I might as well get paid for it. So that's what I did. I got up and I got a job and I worked overnight. So if you're going to be up, then use that creativity to your advantage. Post some stuff, make some stuff, do some animation. AI is out there now, and people are just going rampant with the AI and
That's-
creating stuff. You really need to get into your creativities. Did you think about going to art school? There's something about school. Are you thinking about
I
going
was
back
thinking
to
about
school?
going to no, I haven't been wanting to go back to school.
Oh, good, because they're saying you don't need to go back to school. There's a lot of free stuff that you can get into that you can get money and make money from. Again, the first thing you need to do is the coding class, or look at that stuff online that's free, and then just get into it and explore it. I feel like once you get in there, they show me you pulling it apart, just pulling everything apart. Like, oh, you can do this and you can
Right
do this.
now.
And that creativity sparks something else. And then another light bulb comes on, then another light bulb comes on. Your current job, do you cook? Or do you work in a restaurant?
I used to work at a fast food chain restaurant. That's funny.
But you
I
didn't
didn't
like
like
it.
it.
Is that
No,
correct?
I
At all. What is this about roller You're very
yeah,
athletic. You have so much energy that you need to expel. That's the problem. That's why you can't sleep at night. You have so much energy mentally and physically that you're not expelling. And that's why you can't settle
right.
down at night. Your mind is just going,
I
going,
need to
going,
have
going,
more
going.
access
So
to
just,
activities like skateboarding or bike riding or like
oh, they did show me skate. They showed me skating, but it could have been
yeah, because you
skateboarding.
said skating and I was like maybe she means skateboarding.
And it could have been that. Why don't you have access to it? You said you need to have more access.
Yeah,
Outside
that's
is
true.
free
I
all the
do go
time. Just
outside
take a
all the
skateboard
time.
and go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm just that's free. You don't need.
You're so lovely. I love
So
you.
just
I
get out
love
there
y'all.
and
Y'all
do
are
it.
so awesome.
Okay, okay, Don, you can go because you know I'll go forever.
Thank you so
Well,
much, Jenny, right? Angie.
Angie.
Thank you, Angie.
So Don,
no,
do you
I
have
think you
anything
covered
for
quite a
me?
bit, so we're good.
Okay, so what? Listen, what did I say? What was my list? What did
You
I tell
told
you
me
to
to make
do?
a list,
Look
go
into
active,
coding.
go find those free resources, right? And then also
No, they're giving it to me. They're very specific about the order. Look
look
up
at
the
the coding,
coding. Look
pick
at
out.
look up the coding classes. They're
So yeah,
free. You can do that. Look
please
into your artwork. Start drawing and
post.
posting it online. They're very, very adamant about you posting online. When you wake up in the middle of the night, start doing automatic writing or start doing
Like,
something freehand.
thank you.
Put some music on, put your headphones on and just start drawing. Look into anime. Those are things that you could do. There's people all the time who's looking for somebody who can do stuff on the back end, design a website for them, design a logo for them, design a t-shirt for them. So look into those things. You have so much money and it's all down in a pit and you're just letting it sit down in there. And then you have all this energy just floating around when if you just reach down in there, and they're showing me the pit as in reach down in the pit of your soul and pull those things out and let them start magnetizing or start them monetizing for you, because they're showing me little dollar signs with wings on them that are flying away, and that's your money going away because you're wasting your talents and not doing what you're
Mm.
supposed to do. Literally, you have artwork right now that you've already made. Is
Yeah,
that correct?
I have
Drawings and
several
things like that.
artworks. Yeah.
Post some of that stuff online and just see what kind of response you get. You don't even have to say anything, just kind of post it and just, sometimes I'll post a poem or something that I wrote and I'll say letting the pen speak, and I'll just put it on there and people will be like, oh my gosh, that's exactly how I felt today. Or I'll post something and people say that's exactly how you don't realize how much free advertising you're giving up. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all these free places where you can just post all of your stuff, where you can do all the things you can do. You can sing, you can read, you can do tricks online with your skateboarding. There's so much stuff that you can do, but I really see you in media and very talented with it, but you just have to focus on one of them. Again, coding, artwork, um, media. What is this Spider-Man? Is there something about Spider-Man?
I have
Maybe
a
that's the anime,
Deadpool
but they were
hoodie
showing me
that's like
Spider-Man.
this hoodie, but it's
Yeah.
red. It's
Okay.
Deadpool hoodie.
So maybe it's just the anime that
Yeah.
they're talking about. Like you could really get into animation and doing stuff like that. And these are all free things that you don't need to pay for. They're very clear that you don't need to pay for this education. You could just go online and fall into it and then just start creating stuff and then just putting it out there. And then you could look for jobs in, like, this is what they're telling
Yes.
me to ask you. If you could have your one job today, what would it be? If I could wave this magic wand and make you whatever it would be, what would it be? And don't say a
Don't
penny.
say no. I was gonna be a family man
No, that's not an occupation. What is it that you could do right now to
to
make
make
money?
money.
If
Okay,
if I
that's
could
different.
wave this
That's
magic
different.
wand, what would it
Like
be?
say, Angie, depending on how wealthy the woman is, it could be an occupation.
Sugarmama.com.
Young
I'm
man,
just
do not
saying.
listen to what I just said.
No, listen, let me tell you this. It's taking you too long to answer that question.
I,
If you ask me
I
that, I can
have
tell you
no
3 things that I
idea,
could want to do.
Angie.
I
I'm
would love to do.
sorry.
Listen, let me tell you, I could
I
be
was thinking
a
about.
host. I could do this live.
It's not clear to me yet what my calling is quite yet, because I know that once I do something and get started, I can achieve it. It's just I don't know if I want that to be the first.
No. What do you like?
I love
Listen,
skateboarding.
there's
I
three
love
things I could
skateboarding.
want to do right now. I
I love
could be a
outdoors.
rapper. Listen, I always want to be in the bright lights and on stage. I could do this live on stage with a full audience because I think I'm funny. I could I don't know that I cannot sing, but I could be a
Right.
rapper. There's so many things that I want to do. There's so many different things. I want to help people in some way. If that's through laughter, that's through therapy, that's through readings, through whatever it is. So what is it that you want to do? You know what it is, you just don't want to say what it is. And they're saying stop fearing your heart.
I'm
Do
afraid.
it.
I'm afraid it
Just do
might be
whatever it is.
taken if I say day. Not gonna lie.
You do know it's more than listen. When Ford came out with the Model T, right? That didn't mean that General Motors decided they wasn't gonna do it too. You know there are more than one. There's more than one model of things. So just because somebody else can do it, you can do
Yeah.
it better,
I wanted to be a
or you can do
teacher
it
for
different.
like teaching people how to like do outdoor activities, like some sort. That's what I was thinking, like skateboarding or like basketball or soccer.
Exactly. Do you know how much money
No,
those people
I don't.
make? Who is Tony Hawk? One of those people? Is that who is that? Is that a
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
skateboard
skateboarder,
person?
yeah.
Exactly. Do you know how much money these people do just from flying around and flipping and doing stuff on the skateboard? You can be getting paid from that stuff. You waste the money. But if you just want to waste your money, I can put my cash app up and you just throw me some money all day. Like every week, you can just waste your money
I
on
would
me,
love to waste my
or you
money
can
on
send me
you
some
guys. Yeah.
Starbucks. But listen, I'm just
And
saying you
that's
are throwing money away because they're telling me that there's so many different things you could do. You just need to get out there and do it and stop saying I don't know, because you do know. It's just you fear of taking on one of them. So tomorrow, just do one of them. Literally, just look up the classes online. Then post your artwork. You don't even that don't require nothing. That just requires you taking a picture and posting it online and seeing what kind of outcome you get. Doing a
mhm.
TikTok video, doing a regular video. All of those things don't cost you anything but time. You already up in the middle of the night. Just click it on. Just get on the computer and start moving.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all so much.
Love. You're wanting to be in love. You don't have anybody
No,
right now.
I don't want to be in love.
Is
I don't
that
want to
correct?
be
You
in
don't
love.
have
I'm sorry.
anybody? I think that you
No, I
do.
don't. I really don't. But it's okay.
All right. Well, work on your list. Coding, post your artwork, physical activity. Look into the soccer thing. You're already getting yourself physically fit. Find a local group that's doing soccer and get with that. And then maybe you'll get with mentoring some children. Like you have so much talent to give, you're just
Yeah.
not giving it. So
That's
that's all I
true.
have for
That's
you.
really accurate, Angie. Thank you so much. That's really
So work on it.
so.
Listen, come back and tell me what you decided to do.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
Thanks for popping in. We appreciate it. Have a good one. All righty then. Don't forget, folks.
Listen, if I had as many skills as he had, I'd be out here rich.
Exactly. Don't forget, folks, the full moon is coming. So, a full moon ritual. Make sure you're ready for that. Make sure that if you click here, they'll take you to a video that shows a 5-minute full moon ritual. Make sure you're ready for it. Okay.
Miss Margaret, who keeps asking about her son, does he visit you? Yes, he does visit you. And I feel like we've answered this question for you before. It's the same as we tell everybody. Your deceased loved ones did not just disappear. They did not stop existing. They just are no longer in this physical body. They still visit you. They still talk to you. It's that you're not receptive to them. You're still in the grief of your son again, and you're not being receptive to him coming to visit you. He visits you all the time. He lays in the bed with you. There's something about laying across your chest, or maybe he laid across you like this when you was a small child and went to sleep across your chest. So your son does visit you. You didn't need me to tell you that. You just need to be more open and receptive to the to his energy that he's coming in. I believe that you're thinking like he needs to come to you in a visual, or he needs to, speak to you and say, Mom, I'm here. There's so many different things. Is there a little teddy bear that he used to have, or something that has to do with snuggle? Like they're showing me the snuggle commercial and they're showing me a little teddy bear, Miss Margaret. And so your son does visit you all the time. You're just not receptive to the energy that he's receiving. And he's honestly feeling a little bit rejected because he doesn't understand why you are not receptive to the energy that he's sending to you. So, in a way that you can open up, just sit there, hold something that used to be his, and talk to him in the way that you would talk to him if he was here. Again, I tell people all the time, when I missed my cousin and I found his obituary, I went into my journal and I started saying, Dear Waddell, and I started writing to him. And you know what? He popped up and he came up through mediumship. And then I reconnected with him. And then he started coming in dreams. And then he started coming in movies. He started coming in memories. Like one of his favorite movies, or one of the movies that I remember going to the drive-in to see with him, was Coming to America. So when I have that inkling to see Coming to America, that's my cousin coming to me like, Angie, I'm still here. When I think about this old car that he used to have, when I see a car like that in my visions, that's him coming to you. I don't know what it is that you're thinking your son needs to come into you in, but you're just not being open to what he's trying to give to you. You don't need another person to tell you that your son, you got rid of his stuff. Oh, okay. Then maybe you just don't want to talk to him then. I don't
But
know
you
what
don't
to
need
tell
his
you.
stuff. His essence isn't in your stuff, Margaret. So if you believe that for some reason somehow it's magical, it's not. If your son wants to come back to visit you, whether you have his stuff or not, it's not going to make a damn bit of difference. The question is, are you open and ready for it? And when you are getting that visitation, or what mindset do you have? What are you thinking? Again, it's like it's not him visiting, it's you blocking, or you're not raising your level. If you are so if you are so overwhelmed with grief, or overwhelmed with everything else, and your energy is here and his energy is here, it's going to be a problem for you to read and connect to him. So you need to first of all turn your energy around, get fired up, get happy, do something to kind of raise your energy, get the hell out of the house, go walking, go listen to live music, go listen to, put on something that has an upbeat sound to it, get out and do something physical. And when you do, your vibrations will rise, and you will be in closer connection to his, because spirit's vibrations are very high. And so when you want to make that connection, if you're down here wallowing in the sorrow and whatever and feeling sorry for yourself, don't feel sorry for him. He's whole again. He's good again. If you're sitting here feeling sorry for him, feel sorry for you. And maybe that's the problem, is you're feeling sorry for, oh, I miss him and whatever. Please get over it. If you want to talk to
Is
him,
there a
raise
guilt?
up.
I feel like there's a guilt, Don, like she feels guilty for it. So,
Yeah, it's yeah, absolutely. Well, now you're saying the door opens twice. What is it? You can't connect with him, or you can connect with him? Margaret, come on, get it together here. Get out, get busy, visit with
um,
people, do something, raise your energy level. As you do, you will get closer to his, and you will see, or you will not say, I'm not saying the word see, you will see that as you get that vibrational difference closer, you'll feel something, you'll sense something, you'll smell something, you'll whatever it is, however it is that he's going to reach out to you. And don't do Hollywood thinking he's going to walk in the door. Guess what? That may happen, but very seldom, because that skill is something that just happens. Okay. So again, do the best you can and get out of.
Margaret, go to grief counseling, because you said you can't. Just go to grief
Exactly.
counseling, honey. That's what you need. You need to go talk to some people who professionally know how to tell you how to grieve, because all I can tell you how to do is to connect to this energy that is always around you, that is loving on you. And why are you thinking of him in such sadness? Like, nobody wants to be remembered in their sadness. Like, if I die, I don't want y'all to think about, oh, just see me in whatever way I die. One thing I've learned on this journey is that people always want you to remember them in the better part. Like, why would I want, like, if I die from some debilitating disease, why do I want you to remember me in my last stages when I was at my worst? I want you to remember me when I was at my best, when I was popping, when I had on little dresses, when I was twirling, when I was A5Says in and around town, when I was online. I want you to remember me in my joy. Don't remember me in my last days when I was just, not no
Yep.
good to nobody, or I wasn't, it was a sadness. Why would you want to hang on to a memory that makes you sad? I'm not going to hang on to anything like that. When I think about my grandmother, I think about her cooking. I think about her generosity. I think about her love. I don't think about the day we found out that she was dying, or the day she went to the hospital. That doesn't do her any good, and that doesn't do me any good. That just lowers my vibration. If I want to remember her, I want to remember her in her joy. So what nice memories do you have of your son? Remember him in his joy. Like Don said, if he's up here and you're down here, you're never going to connect. Raise your joy level. Remember him in his joy. If you have pictures of him, look at pictures of him. Speak to him, call out to him, tell him. I feel like you need to say I'm sorry, because you feel like you have some guilt in his death. And for one, I would advise you, one, get grief counseling, and two, he's saying stop holding on to that grief. There's nothing you could have done to stop, prevent whatever it was. It's the circle of
Margaret,
life.
you said that he was
We
happy.
come.
Then you said that he was happy when he was here, and then he made you happy. So again, how would you honor his memory with all that happiness by not being happy? Again, celebrate his life, not and he transitioned. He's fine. He's over there. He's fine. Don't be unhappy for him. Be happy that he's there. Be unhappy for yourself that you're on this side and you have to live. So that's about all I can say to you, Margaret. Good luck with that. We do have somebody else sitting on the side here. Cameron. Cameron is here. Cameron, are you still here?
Hello? Okay. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
You want me to turn my face cam on?
I'm sorry?
Do you want me to turn my face cam on like this?
Whichever you prefer. On, off,
Okay.
it's up to you.
Okay.
Welcome in. Welcome in. What's your question?
My question was just general from spirit,
Okay.
like any messages that want to come through for y'all. Any?
Are you very young? Are you close to 18?
I'm
Are you
17.
very, okay, I knew you weren't. You were very young.
I'm very old soul though.
Hmm. But you're still in school, right?
Yeah, I still do school. I do online school.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of got that because and you're what the first thing that came to me though is that and again that you're
I'm very spiritual myself. Like I'm in tune like y'all. So I was just curious. I was connecting a lot. So I was like, oh, like how you were getting things. So I was like, oh, yeah.
yeah, but school is not really you're not. I don't see you going beyond, right? I mean, you're not somebody who is. You're not infatuated with education because I don't
No,
sense
I'm
that's
not.
not your
Not at all. Not at all. I don't
yeah
feed into this anything.
You're ready for the second half of your life. You're ready
yeah
to move
Yeah.
forward in adulthood. You're just waiting to become 18 and become independent. You're ready
Hmm.
to fly out. Were you thinking about like you're thinking about all the different ways that you can just go off on your own and not to be dependent
yeah.
upon your parents? Not that there's anything wrong with not wanting to be dependent on your parents, but have you thought about military school? Is that one of the options that you were considering?
No, not military. I might like military school like pass like
No, like joining the
oh no.
military. Have you thought
No, I
about
haven't.
doing like different options for you to move on? Because I feel like you want to do something that'll allow you to make money, but also give you the freedom to move on and be paid for
Mhm.
whatever it is that you want to
And
do.
Cameron, have you noticed that you are empathic? Because I feel very strongly that you are empathic. Do you
Yeah,
when
I'm
you walk
empathic.
into it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm empathic.
Yeah, I can figure that. I feel that because I'm feeling when you walk into a room that you kind of go into yourself because you feel so much hitting you all sides. Have you learned how to deal with that yet? Because I'm getting a sense you haven't really been able to deflect yet, right?
It's just holding on to dark energy that's my problem. I've been getting wards for it. Is my main problem with like a bunch of crowds when I'm close to people. I
Yeah.
very clairvoyant. I see them like very. I see their like auras. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like very. I still get attacked by these things, and I've been trying to protect myself more.
Yeah.
So that's what I really.
Let me give you a quick
Release
little let me give you a quick
artificial stuff.
little thing that you can use that one of our mentors taught us, and I've used it myself, and it works very well. If you're going into a room, a crowded room, you should put this on you. You should be doing this before you walk into a crowded room. If you feel like you're under attack, the same thing, put it on you. And what I suggest is you do a visualization if you can visualize. If not, learn how to
And my
visualize.
chakras also like lighting up.
I'm sorry, one more thing.
My chakras like lighting up, like activating, like
No,
purging
no, no,
energy.
no, no, no. Let me go through this one.
Okay.
What I want you to
Okay.
do is I want you to visualize a gold disc, okay, a
Hmm.
gold disc or a gold
Like I
ball.
haven't.
Then I want you to visually see yourself pulling it and spreading it and making it larger and larger and larger to the point where if you see it as a cloak or a piece of cloth that you can
Hmm.
put it over you. If you see it as a bubble, as a ball, then make it bigger
Oh.
so you can step into it. Make sure that if it's a cloth, again, it's under your feet, around you, everywhere else
Okay.
is sealed. If it's a bubble, that you step into it all the way. And when you do that, it's a gold Christ-light bubble. And when you have that gold bubble around you, it is a defensive posture because you're saying, what happens is as things come toward you, they bounce off. So you don't get that energy. Now,
Okay.
the bad part about that is you shut it down, and the first time or second time you do it, you're going to be kind of surprised because now it's too quiet. And you're like, whoa, whoa, I'm not
Yeah.
comfortable with this, but it's a good thing
Yeah.
to do. Okay. So
Hmm.
for the first time or two, it's going to be discomforting because of its silence, and you haven't had silence in a long time. That's why
Yeah.
you're not sleeping well either, because your sleep cycle is messed up because you're always, it's always going. And not putting words in your mouth, but that's what I'm sensing. But
Yeah.
what I'm
I
saying is
got you.
that when you put this around you, you can also have somebody in the room and you can extend your orb or your blanket, however you see it, around them so that you envelop them in there with you, but nobody else.
Mm.
So you can bring
Okay.
individuals into the space with you if you want to touch with them and connect with them and feel the spirit with them, and yet still keep everybody else out. It is up to you. That is one of the best ways that any empath can use to help protect themselves. And it's also any good psychic can use that. Any psychic, not good or bad otherwise, any psychic can use that, again, especially if they feel like they're getting psychic hits. It is a very wonderful, strong protective mechanism. So I would strongly suggest you consider doing that. And especially when you go into any crowded room, if you feel I don't need it once I'm in the room, take it off. It's not going to hurt you. But it also allows you to get into a room first and get out there with people and get comfortable. And once you are comfortable, you may say, okay, I'm ready to take it off now because I can handle whatever's coming to me. When you walk right into the room at the first, I can tell, I know it. When you walk right in, all of a sudden, everything just like boom. And you're like,
yeah, and then I get, ooh, it's, yeah. I've been trying to protect myself from that energy.
Yeah, so you do the Christ-like bubble for me. Do that again, either bubble or cloak, whatever you want to call it. Put it around you, okay? And do that for you.
Or carry a stone with you. You can carry a stone for protection also. Black obsidian is one that I love to carry with me. Just keep it in your pocket and allow it to protect you from spirits and other.
I've been trying to get crystals.
Have you connected with a community or a tribe of people that you can express yourself with, who understand you on the level that you are?
I have my little Twitch community, but that's it. Like, yeah, I have my little Twitch community, but that's it. Yeah.
So, I mean, but do they help you to practice or to develop your?
One person in particular does, yes.
So we get together on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock Mountain Standard Times, and we get in there and we just read each other. We
Pacific Standard.
Skills. We read each other through runes, through the pendulum, through cards, through psychic, through mediumship. We get together and we practice, and that allows you to get some of that energy off, but it also helps you to develop. There's some. Have you been taking something that you've been trying to develop?
I've been doing incense to develop it, like try to help me open it. Like, not trying helping me. I can do that already. Like, I'm very clairvoyant to where I can open them when I can and when I want to. It's just, it helps me strengthen, like, it helps me ease it into it. I don't know.
So what is it that you want to do with it? Like, I know you want your third eye to be open.
The intention behind it?
You haven't. Yeah, what do you want to do with it? You haven't found.
That makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And that's why it's so volatile. Like, it seems to be bouncing, boom.
That's what I've been trying to do when I read people, is like focus in on that specific energy, not their energy as a whole, but a specific part. So like in their question, that's what I hone in on. So like, it impresses me that y'all are doing generals, because I haven't got to where I can look at it as a whole yet. I need to hone into a specific.
So I just go in and ask Spirit, what is it that you have for this person? So if I was reading Don, I would say, what is it that you have for Don? What is for his greatest and highest good? Because a lot of people don't have a question. They just want to know what Spirit has for them. And so I need to have a jump off point, and that's my jump off point. What is for this person's greatest and highest good? Because I'm always trying to heal them. I approach everything. Set your intention before. That's a lot of the thing. I want to help this person heal. I want to find out what this person wants to know. I want to help this person move forward. So set your intention before you start the reading. And then also just ask, what is for this person's greatest and highest good? Maybe they're asking a question, but they don't even know. Maybe that's not the question that they wanted to ask. Like, sometimes people ask about finance, but what they really wanted to know about love. And if you ask Spirit what's for their greatest and highest good, you get the information that's for their greatest and highest good, not the question that they exactly answered. Do you have siblings and you feel like you're the black sheep?
Definitely.
I definitely got that, because I got this card for you. I got the 5.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
And that's you feel like but you're also very you very much speak up. I got the King of Swords.
I've been speaking up a lot more for myself. Throat chakra a lot. Yeah.
You're a natural born leader. You just have to find a way to channel that leadership into something that you want to do. So if tomorrow you could start your future, you could be 18 and start off on your journey. What is the one job that you want to do?
Probably be like the first person to really make spirituality like accepted. Like, I want to start like a area or group that really gets that there, because it's starting there, but you can grow upon it so much right now. Like, the way it's going, let me hold back. But Yeah.
No, speak.
I was just putting it. Can I say it like in a more private area? It's just in a like in an open set. You know what I mean? Like in a group. You know what I mean? I think it's one of those
Right,
things.
because the first time I met with the psychic group, we were in the back of a crystal shop. So I felt like it was kind of a
Yeah.
secret society, like people aren't ready for it, people aren't wholly open to it. But you can't make people be ready for it. You can only present
Hmm.
yourself the way that you are. I can get on live and tell you this. I can do my readings, but I can't make everybody ready. I can contribute to raising the vibration of the people, but I can't make people be ready for it. So I can just present myself and allow people to be drawn to my energy, and that's how I make it more known to people. I can't just get out there and be like, you know what, I'm gonna start this group and everybody just gonna come. I'm just gonna present myself as is, and those people that are drawn
Hmm.
to me are gonna come, and they're going to grow. So if you're interested in coming to our Tuesday night class, that might be something that you might enjoy, just getting on with like-minded people, practicing and learning and understanding, because we have a great age range from very, very young, all the way up to a lot much older. And we all have different skill levels. We all have different skills. We all have different vibes, but we all come together with one understanding, is that we're open minded and we're not judging. Everybody's skill level is different and everybody's ability is different. And so we just get in there and it helps me decompress
Okay.
sometimes.
The
Sometimes on
bubble will
Tuesday night,
help a lot,
I had a
though. Thank
horrible
y'all
day.
so much. Like generally.
And again, we have
Just
are you
Mhm.
did you send me an email under the first
Yeah.
letter R, under R?
Yeah. R.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to our class. It's a free class. We don't charge. It's a free class.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not really a class.
Thank you. I
It's a
was like,
collective.
I can maybe, but we'll
No,
see.
no, we get together and we practice on Tuesday evenings, 6 p.m. West Coast, 9 p.m. East Coast for 2 hours. And it's people from all over the country. They're not only from Arizona, they're from everywhere. And you're welcome to join us. I'll send you a link. You're welcome to come in. And again, you'll meet a whole bunch of people who are doing exactly what you're doing and having some of the same experiences. Because sometimes just being around other people and having the conversations and creating a community, which we have a community, that community is tight, like family.
Well,
And
I
it's something
know
that everybody should be part of.
that's such a weird feeling. Like every time like I connect with someone or I know I'm like very connected, like a drop of water goes down from my arm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a sign that I'm connected, like a physical one spirit gives me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh yeah, I get goosebumps. And I get goosebumps to let me know, because I used to be unsure when I did readings whether I was on track, and they would give me goosebumps, and that would let me know that I'm on track or that I'm connected. And so you'll get different signs and symbols. Like the more you practice, the bigger your
hmm
database will be, and the more you'll understand what that means. Like when the ocean used to come up, or when I wanted to do something, when it was something about water, I would get a salt taste in my mouth. So your symbols will change and they'll develop
hmm
and they'll get bigger and they'll get greater. One other thing, are you into stocks? Like, do you study stocks and bonds? Because I see you being very, very good at
stocks.
trading stocks, trading
No, I'm bad with money, so that might be what you're picking up on. Is I'm bad with it, so like
no,
saving.
I see you get like you're very strategic. Well, maybe you should
Strategic,
look into it
yes.
because it's
Strategic, yes.
the strategy of it, and the looking into it,
Okay, I
like,
got what you're
okay,
saying.
this one did this and this one did that. So the strategy of it, that's what'll pull you in, and that's what, because I see you like right now you don't see that corporate and you don't see that suit, but I definitely see you in a suit, and if not in a suit, just maybe in a more casual look, button down shirt and some slacks, but you're trading, you're making money off of the stocks, and it's the steady of it, the rhythm of it that you like, not so much of I can manage my money, but you like the highs and lows of it. What was that movie? There was this one movie, is it Risky Business or one of those movies
Tom
where
Cruise.
they were doing something like that? Tom Cruise. Okay, I see him. And so I feel like that's where you are. That's where you are mentally. That strategy, that moving forward, and that leadership ability, you have that in there. You just need to channel it and focus it into that. So maybe look up stock options, or look up that whole little arena, or that area of how that all works, and that'll give you something to focus on. You just have so much energy that you haven't focused in on anything, but you're very, very leadership focused. Like, you really, really could teach people to do things. You just have to figure out what it is that you want to do,
Yeah,
so you can
I
be
used to
that
be really
person
good
that
at that. Like I used to go professional in one game because I could do that. Like I professionally taught people. how to do things.
So why did you stop doing it?
Reasons I don't want to discuss online.
Isn't there money in
Yeah,
giving?
yeah.
So y'all just hate money. Y'all just
No, 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 no. My parents did not. That's something I don't want to put online.
We're good. We're good.
And that's why I see you ready to just leave. You want to escape. You don't want to be dependent on them in any way. You are looking for things that will allow you to be independent, where you can just go off and you don't have to come back and listen to anything they have to say. You're very, very King of Swords. You're so focused. You're so strong-minded, and you're ready to move forward. You just have to. Like, I feel like you're waiting to turn 18 so you can just fly the coop. Like, even if it takes you backpacking across England, you're ready to go. Like, your bags are packed and ready to go. As soon as you turn 18, you're ready to go. Is that correct?
But I still believe that when you came in here, what you needed to know, or what you really were
It was the bubble.
Was the bubble, but also the community. I think you need
the community, yeah.
And because you need to grow, you need to expand. And I think with your environment, you are limited, and you needed to reach out. And I think that's why you found us and we found you. So
yeah, I actually got a sign in terms of someone, like a friend from my community, being like, "Oh, look at this person. They gave me a reading, yada yada." And I was like, "I'm drawn to this. I'm doing it. I'm doing it."
Join us on Tuesday night. Look, we're a lot of fun. We have a good time. Every week we're doing something new. We're pulling ourselves to the max. You'll love it. Just for the challenge.
And you will experience different ways that it's amazing, because you will experience different ways of pressing the edge, because we all have our strengths and weaknesses. And when we do classes, you'll often get weaknesses. Your weakness will be tested too, because we will do certain things that really don't, that you may not like as much, but where other things you excel in.
Yeah, I needed it because I don't really fit. Like, I don't label myself that much. I just say, because I work with a lot of plants, because my mom, I'm very drawn to them now because I'm always reading that energy. Anyway, I'm connected with fairies right now. Sorry, very loud, fast talking, but I'm connected with her right now. So
anytime. I don't have any problem. You can read me right now if that's what you want to do. I'm not opposed to you read me. If the fairies are telling you something about me, go ahead and tell me.
Oh, it was me. It was like my mom telling me something about my mom and telling me why I like her so much. My stepmom, she was like, you garden a lot, and she gardens a lot, and you work with Gaia. She works with Gaia. She doesn't know she works with Gaia, but yeah. And then holy shit. Anyway, I forgot. I was in a trance. I'm so sorry. They
Come on to class on Tuesday so you can amaze everybody and amaze yourself.
And you know what other thing that may happen is as you grow and develop, you may be able to find ways to turn this into money and utilize it. Kind of like, again, our whole thing is building a community where people can make a living at this, and they can feel comfortable and proud to make a living in this, because they're doing it ethically and they're doing it the right way. And so, and we do have people who are doing that right now, and that's good.
You remind me a lot of this guy named Cancer Moon, who's on YouTube a lot. His name is Cancer Moon. You remind me a lot of him. You might want to check him out. It's literally one word, Cancer Moon. He does tarot. You remind me.
Okay. Because I was like, I was giving free deity readings out today, and I was like, I gotta stop. Deity readings, connecting with a deity that maybe I don't have worked with, is a little intense sometimes, because they're like, who are you? We don't know you yet, or you're not supposed to be here yet.
If you're going to do that, you need to set the intention. I set the intention all the time. Like, if I'm in my house and I feel like there's a spirit present, I'll be like, if you are of a positive vibe, or you're, I let them know dark energy is not welcome here. If you are a dark energy, I'm sending you back to where you came from.
Oh, I've heard them. People are like, oh, I'm not scared of them. And I'm like, you hear those voices, it puts any terms of fear. Like, if you heard those voices, you would be scared because they are so dark. They aren't demonic. See, demonic is like a movie era, because demonics come in that like movie-esque to scare the shit out of you. But dark is truly that dark in a way. You know what I mean? It's so different.
That you don't want to.
When I heard them, ooh.
What you want to do.
But it's not that I fear them now. I've accepted that I'm protected.
And you also understand, Cameron, that you have.
You don't have to fear them. I just don't want to do.
Yeah, I just don't want to deal with it. It don't sound nice.
You also understand that you have guides and you have a gatekeeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing
Lilith is my gatekeeper.
then you need to have a conversation with her or him, whatever it is, and let him know, like at night, that your room is off limits and that they cannot let anything come into your space during that time, so you can sleep better. That will, believe it or not, that will shut down a lot of the conversation that runs through your
Mm-hmm.
head and will help you sleep. Your gatekeeper is strong. Your gatekeeper is useful.
Yeah.
Do not ignore the gatekeeper. Put the gatekeeper to use, especially since you already know who it is. Ask the gatekeeper, tell the gatekeeper, hey, I want out. I'll give you an example. I went about 3 weeks ago on an astral trip. And when I did, I told my gatekeeper, I'm not going to be in the body. I don't want anything around there because I don't want it. And
I've
they
never
kept
done
it
that.
safe for me. And then I took my astral trip. And when I came back, my body was safe because, again, nothing was allowed in the room. The gatekeeper shut that thing off and said, nah, 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 nah. So, again, with you, and also I tell my gatekeeper, if unless I have a specific dream or a specific thing that's rolling in my head that I need answers for, I tell the gatekeeper, keep them out.
Sleep
I'm sorry.
paralysis is like the physical incarnation of dark energy. Sorry, I just looked at a.
Oh,
Yeah,
somebody
that
said, does
they
that
only
mean sleep?
happen every once in a while.
When I have sleep paralysis, I just
Yeah,
tell
don't
somebody
invite it into your energy. You don't want that in your energy.
Yep.
yeah, just and set the intention. It's all about
I
your
don't like
intention. You can
this, and
set the
said it
intention
very
that you want.
strongly. Very strongly.
Yeah, and then I also tell my I told my guys, you can't send spirits here when I'm here alone. Not that I think that anything will happen to me. I just don't want that energy here while I'm here alone. And so that's just a guideline that I have. I know people who say, you can't come into my bedroom. You can only contact me between these hours and these hours. These are spirits. You are still in control of how they contact you, and let them know that you don't want to be there. So if you're overwhelmed, like one of the things that our mentors told us when like this one lady was having an episode where the spirit was giving her all this emotion, she said, tell them, I don't want to feel this emotion anymore, stop. So if you walk into a room and you're overwhelmed, tell them, I don't want to feel all these people's energy. um get draw me to the person who needs me the most, the one person or the two people. Don't take all of my energy, don't let so many people on me, protect me from all these people, drown out the people that are not necessary. Like you are in control, speak to it. You're that king of swords, say what you want to say.
And again, like I said earlier, you have the gatekeeper. You know who it is. You got half the task over. All you have to do now is put the gatekeeper to work, and you probably aren't working them hard enough. So, and that's what they're there for. And that gatekeeper will be with you your entire life. The spirit guides come and go depending on need. Your gatekeeper is with you from the beginning to the end. So that gatekeeper will not change. Make sure that you give them the use that they need to be. They came to be that gatekeeper. That's what they do.
The only thing that's weird is Lilith is, for the first incarnation of my soul, Lilith is the first time being my gatekeeper. Like, it's the first time she's gatekeep for me, so it's her first time and mine, and she's very consensual, very like, what is she telling me? She's saying, for thy to receive, the fool must receive from the divine with open arms, but equal minds.
This is another thing I tell my guys: speak to me in English. I don't understand all that. You need to talk to
I'm
me
sorry, that
each other. If I don't understand what you're saying, then I'm not gonna listen.
basically, yeah.
And then also, I've had a lot of different guides. Like, my very first one was a person who took all my questions. My next one was very stern. She didn't care how my feelings was. She just told me what needed to be said and moved on. So your guides will change over time based on the need that you have, or the development that you are at your ability or skill.
Well, good luck on your path. And it sounds like you're already so far ahead than most. Keep open-minded and keep open spirit. Therefore, you can draw it in and use it to your advantage. And don't forget, check us out. I sent you the link to the class. You're welcome to join us. It'll be 6 p.m. West Coast.
And if you
9
get a
East
good
Coast.
stock tip, go ahead and let me know, because I'm with it. I'm going to go ahead and invest in that stock tip.
What'd you say, man?
I said, if you get a good stock tip when you start looking into the stock market, if you get a good stock tip, go ahead and let me know, because I'm going to invest in that too. I really do feel like that is going to be a moneymaker for you, like stocks and bonds. Like, that's really something.
Yeah, I could see me doing that. I really do. They're showing me in the future now, me doing that, like me doing it to make my goal, and I could do it now to make my goal. Is the vision they're giving me?
A dream.
Yeah.
It's the rush, the high and low of it. You'll do very well in it. I'm telling you. But go ahead. Don't forget. Tell me what that stock market
I
is
got
and
I
what the
got
money
you.
is.
I got you. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Good,
See you
good. Okay,
Tuesday.
bye. You
Have a
too.
good night.
Thanks again for coming in. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, somebody said 11:11. It's 9:11 here. I like it, Collective Capricorn. That was
It was.
fun. I
I love
like
having
that.
that communication instead of having to wait 10 years for responses.
I like his spirit though. I like his moxie. Like he's so King of Swords. Like he speaks his mind. He doesn't, and he's so ready to move forward in his life. I really like his
Oh,
whole
yeah.
vibe. He would be great in
I think so
classes.
too. And again, he's very open and receptive to learning, which is nice.
Yes, Angel said yes, a vibe. I love it, Angels. So nice. All right, who's next? He gives the best readings. Oh, is that true? He can go ahead and read me anytime. You can email me a reading, sir, and just tell me whatever it is you want to tell me. I don't have no problem with it. All right, who's next, Don? Do we have anybody
Um,
else?
let's see. A lot of folks actually were just connected and tapped into that when they did that energy was
They
amazing.
loved him. His energy was so good, it just draws you in. I'm telling you, if y'all look up Cancer Moon, he reminds me so much of Cancer Moon. He's just so fun loving. And I could literally see him doing online tarot. I didn't want to suggest that to him because he's still a little bit young. He's not 18. But I feel like when he's 18, he could get right on there and just have a following just like that because he's
Oh,
so much
absolutely.
fun.
Absolutely.
There was another lady on here who said something. Madeline Lee, I think it was. She asked about, I think it was her love life. I don't even know.
There's also Shaina Akavich, but I think she was more commenting than asking questions.
Does anybody have a question? Like, do y'all want us to tell y'all something? And I swear, if you put love in there, I'm gonna fall out this chair.
Yeah, I don't want love either. Give me something.
Megan, what is your question? I love. Oh, she said I love to get a reading. All right, Megan. Like, are you trying to come online with us and be live, or you just want us to read you from the comments right here?
Victoria Simpson wants to join us live. You have a question?
Oh no, I was just reading to see. No, I'd rather not. I'm a hot mess. Okay,
Aren't we all from time to time?
I believe. Well, Victoria said she sent the email.
Yep. Victoria, I just sent you the response with the link, so you're welcome to click on it when it arrives. And then when you pop in,
Brenda wants to read it too. Brenda, do you have a question?
please don't give us love life, folks. Not in the mood for love tonight.
Wait a minute, what was Megan's question? Oh, she wants a general. Well, while we're waiting on Victoria, do you want to go ahead and do Megan? Megan Elise Widener,
Yeah, it's fine.
a general. So all y'all that's asking general, y'all don't want to know nothing. Y'all just everything in your life is perfect. You just don't have no burning questions. You don't want none, you don't even want to know the lottery numbers, just nothing. Okay. I get it. I want to be you when I grow up. All right, Megan, you said a general reading.
Megan, the girl and boy are you have two kids, girl and boy twins. Is that the situation, or are they very close in age? Which is it? And is it the girl that's precocious and not the boy? Because I'm getting that the girl is kind of I don't want to get too specific. Oh, then Megan, I can't help you because sometimes I go there. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Megan, I heard let the chips fall where they may. Are you are you dealing with a situation where you don't want to make a decision because you're scared about how the fallout will be? And they're saying let the chips fall where they're made. They literally saw so chips falling to the ground. And they also show me snow falling to the ground. So that means in winter, this situation will be over, but you have to let it work through. And you have to stop trying to protect the two people or protect whoever it is that you're having this issue with. And so you need to either allow whatever is going to happen, or you're going to stay in this chaotic thing, because they showed me a lot of ribbon just being wound up and tied up in red tape. So are you going to move forward? Are you ready to move forward? Or do you like the chaos of it all? Let the chips fall where they may. Say whatever it is you need to say. Make whatever decision it is that you have to make. I feel like you have to make two choices, and you're afraid that if I make this choice, this person's going to be mad at me. If I make this choice, this person's going to be mad at me. Let the chips fall where they may. What is it that you want? And then make that decision and move forward. They show me the two of swords, but you're blinding yourself like this. Like the swords aren't like this. This is you. And the swords aren't even showing because you are the one who won't make the decision. You won't even look at the situation because you don't want to make the decision. So they're saying let the chips fall where they may. Make the decision and move forward and deal with the consequences of whatever it is. Something just like happened like that with my precocious daughter. What were you saying about the daughter, Don?
Oh,
Because now she's the daughter.
no, I just, yeah, no, she had said that she didn't want anything too specific, so I told her no problem.
Oh well, now she's at. You said did she have a son and a
Yeah,
daughter and one something? Now she's mentioning it, so maybe she doesn't want to go there, or maybe she didn't want to ask a specific question. I think that's what she meant. She didn't want to get specific with her question.
Well, yeah, no, I just, it's hard to read halfway. I just, I would just say that, have a conversation with your daughter. That's all. Let me go there. Have a conversation with your daughter, and we'll leave it at that. Have a good conversation. Let her know that she can say whatever she wants because she needs to share some of those things with you. So just make sure that if you just let her do that. And are you suffering PTSD? Are you yourself suffering PTSD? Because I'm getting hit with a flash of like PTSD. So are you? Did you have a traumatic incident that's kind of spooked you? Because yeah, and is that something? Yeah, are you? And is that affecting your family relationship? Because of, again, I'm getting the feeling like you had something that was really traumatic, and that traumatic situation has kind of scarred you, and you don't feel safe. You don't feel as safe, and then that's how it works with the family. So is that something that resonates with you? And is that the conversation that if you're not careful, the daughter's going to pick up on that? Does this resonate? Do 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 do. Hmm. Okay. Okay. And
Okay. Who's next, Don?
next is actually another person on in the holding pen here. Let's welcome in Victoria. Hey, Victoria, how are you this evening?
I'm doing fine.
Hello,
Um,
hello, hello.
did she say that was her with the PTSD?
And I was waiting for her. I thought I sensed that she had a traumatic event happen like late
Mhm.
last year.
She wants a private reading because she's being very, very cryptic in her answers. She's like, "Oh, well, I'm not sure what you're picking up on. It's either a
Yeah.
yes or no. You have PTSD
Oh,
or you
okay.
don't.
Because
I
I
don't."
was since I was the one
She's
kind of
very
like
cryptic in her
waiting
answers.
here.
Mhm.
I know I do. Well, I feel like I do from because of the past relationship I was in.
So okay.
What was your initial question? I was reading some of these comments, honey, and I'm just so sorry. What was your initial
That is,
I
question?
just kind of just want a general. That's it.
A
Hmm.
general. You came online with all that information.
I really, cause I can't speak up on the house, cause y'all already told me what to do about that. Cause I hate it here, like I really do.
Mhm.
Oh, you're the person who lives in the house where the landlord isn't fixing
Mhm.
anything. So what have you done to move that forward?
Um.
Did you contact the
Yeah, I
media
tried
like
to
we told you?
contact
Did you
housing,
contact the Section 8 people?
and the only thing that they're telling me is I'm responsible for the damages. Um. the refrigerator is my responsibility, and if I don't get one, then it'll fail inspection, and then I'll lose my voucher. Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get one, then like I find it hard to believe because when I was in housing, and unless this has changed, these are some of the things that they had to have in there
No,
for
we
you
gotta.
on your.
They said I was responsible for it.
Did you go to the news
No.
people?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
They won't do nothing. And housing just, well, you got to do it, or that's it, or you just.
How is it gonna fail the inspection? It already
Yeah, when
passed
I
the
moved
inspection. You're
in,
past
it
that
passed
because they already
inspection
paid
before
it.
I even got the refrigerator, because I didn't get the refrigerator till after it passed inspection, because it didn't get delivered till like maybe like 2 or 3 days after the inspection.
So you have a refrigerator now. Why are we talking
I
about the
don't have
refrigerator?
one.
Oh, you said
I
I
had
already
one when I
got it.
moved in here.
Oh, and
It
it
went
went
out.
out.
Yes.
It was my understanding when we were on the when we were reading you that you did not have one. Like it passed inspection, but you never had a refrigerator. He kept saying he was going to get you one, and you didn't have one. So you're saying you had one, it went
Mm-hmm.
out, and now they're saying that you have to
Another
get
one.
a new
Yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Have you been to Habitat Restore?
No, the only thing I had reached out to them about was, I think that was them. I don't think I reached out to them about was, no, that was Hub that I reached out to let them know what was going on with housing and
I was gonna say, if you go to
the
Habitat
landlords.
Restore, right, which is a
Mm-hmm.
where people donate things, and then they do donate appliances, believe it or not, and you can get appliances very cheap, usually at Habitat Restore, and therefore you can get a refrigerator put back in place and not have to break the bank. It is one of the many places, but that's one option right there.
Okay.
Habitat Resource. So just look that up. They are very cheap. Like I've heard a lot of people talk about it. And like I said, I've actually been there, and you can get like all kinds of stuff. It's just knickknacks and things for the house. Major appliances. You can get one blind. You
I
can
bought
like
hardwood
whatever it is that
floors
you
there.
need.
They had hardwood. The one in Houston that's right on right off of 610. They have
Mm-hmm.
hardwood floors there, right? So I bought
Mm-hmm.
hardwood floors. Can you imagine how amazing? 99 cents a square foot hardwood floors. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay.
So
Okay, so you said you have a general. Have you tried to increase your income? What are you doing to try to increase your
Um,
income? Are you looking for
the
another
only
job?
thing I'm doing right now, the only thing I can do right now is look for work from home jobs, because I don't have a transportation. So that's not working. So now I just gotta kind of try to,
They don't have no buses.
no,
They don't have no
no.
buses.
Mm-mm.
Y'all don't have where
I
you
live
live?
in Levon, Texas, but I'm like in the suburb area, like the country, and there's no public transportation. Mm-mm. So I'm just stuck.
So how are you doing with? So what kind of work from home jobs you know? Because I know somebody who's had like 4 of them this year. So I know that Ring is hiring for work from home. I know that Safe Light hires from work from home. I know a lot of places that hire
Hmm.
from work from home. So what options are when you say you're looking? What are you doing?
Just applying.
Like if I don't have no job, my job is to find a
I'm
job.
applying on jobs Indeed. I just submit my resume, like mostly for the ones that provide the equipment, because I don't have the equipment, or not so much experience, because I really don't
Why
have a
did you
lot of
move somewhere
experience.
where you wouldn't have transportation? Can I ask why did you move somewhere where you wouldn't
Um,
have transportation?
when I did move, I had transportation, but my Jeep had broke down.
Mm.
So when I moved, I was kind of stable. So I was trying to move somewhere where I'm not too far from my job. So when I moved, so I won't be too far from my job, I tried to switch my shift, because I had a second shift and my kids was falling behind at school. So I needed to be here with them in the evening time. So once I tried to communicate with my supervisor, say, hey, I need to change my shift. Next thing you know, I was fired, and then my car went out. So after everything just started still to start going down here from there, and it's been hard for me to catch up. Stuff that was going on with the house, stuff that was going on between the landlords and housing, and it's just been going on ever since.
well, I do show you still have some struggle in front of you. Okay. However,
Mm-hmm.
I do see 2 aces, which telling you things are going to be turning around. Okay. What I'm getting is like a 2 or 3. So I don't see it like this happening immediately, but I'm thinking within 2 or 3 months, this is going to be resolved. and I do see a more abundant time. But you have to be starting to think differently, because this card here is saying very clearly that it requires a different way of thinking. So you're going to have to approach this problem from a different angle, whatever that angle might be. So look at different options, think about different ways of doing things. And again, it's that internal struggle that you're going to have for a while, because you're thinking, I need this now, I need this now. Stay strong, and make sure you stay focused. Oops, I lost her. And the Knight of Cups is, again, moving forward toward happiness. So again, I see that you will be getting where you're headed. Here she is. Are you back? Here you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, things are coming, but it's going to take a while. So, but keep working. You have to make it happen. Keep working. Keep pushing forward, and start thinking things differently. Again, even the job search, approach it differently. This is not working. There is the Ace of Swords says think of a different way to approach this.
Okay.
Do you have a resume? Have you updated your resume? Have you had somebody to assist you with your
No,
resume?
I haven't had nobody assist me with it. I kind of just did it myself. I was thinking maybe I need to change it around, but I have interviews.
So this is what I do. I find the job that I want, and then I look up sample resumes. Like if I want to be a customer service person, then I Google customer service resumes, and then I look up those skills. Oh, those are skills that I've done in some other job. Then I can put those on there and say, hey, I did that. I answered the phone. I worked a multi-line phone. Because putting on there that you worked a multi-line phone system is different than saying I answered the phone at the front desk. You know
Okay.
you see how that sounds? The multi-line phone system, I answered the phone at the front desk. Or assisted people with checking out or with their purchase options is different than I was a cashier at blah blah blah.
Okay.
It's the wording. It's how you market your skills, because this is you putting your best foot forward, and you want people to see you at your best. And so I feel, so what is the job that you want? If you could have the ideal job that you want, what is it that you want to do
right now?
No, not right now, just at all. What is it that you want to do in life?
In life, like
What
far
makes you
as like career wise,
happy?
I want to be something. I want to be a nurse,
Okay, so why aren't you looking into
a
nursing
medical
school?
assistant, or RN.
Why are you looking into
Because
any of that stuff?
I enrolled for medical assistant classes, but I missed it because I don't have transportation. I would have to Uber to go to their classes, but the rest of the stuff is online. But I still got to find a way to get to the classes.
And so where's your vehicle? Why it can't be fixed?
They took it because once it was repo because I can't pay the car payment if I can't get to work.
You are having a whole bunch of series of setbacks, but I don't even see a way to get out. Like I feel you fighting out, trying to get out of a bag, but I don't even see what the way out is, because everything that I would tell you to do, I just don't know. Don, do you see anything? I don't see anything. Are your parents around? Are the children's fathers around?
No.
I'm just trying to see what other additional information. I really feel like there's a block, but there's a lesson in it, and I'm just trying to see what the lesson is in it for you, because these hard times seem to be very, very, very heavy, but I don't understand why they're so heavy. And I'm showing the Seven of Swords, so there's some dishonesty here, or maybe you're being deceived by people that you trusted.
Yeah, that's kind of sort of, because with the child
And I
support
hear the
thing.
word naive.
Very, very.
That you are taken advantage of by close friends.
Yeah, I saw that Seven of Swords here as well, which the first thing that came out is that you've had a lot of devious people around you.
Yeah, and I'm kind of
People
just.
that take you. Okay. Gosh, I don't even know. I don't even see. Um, Angels Will Fly said data entry is a good remote job that can get money. Companies can usually provide computer monitors. Data entry isn't just numbers, it can be as simple as putting in addresses and names. So, data entry, customer service, um, updating your resume. Like, there's agencies in usually in the workforce community that will help you with do that will help you to do things like that. As a case manager, it was for me to help my clients find transportation, find skills that they need, or to upgrade their skills by getting into educational programs. And so um there's no place there that could do resume writing for you, or that could help you do to find job. Like, there's no
Yeah,
job
they have
sources
they
that
have
can
the
help you even with
Texas
your.
they have Texas reasons, but I have to be up there to go to the classes. Texas workforce. I have to be up there to go to the
How do you go
classes.
to the grocery store, honey?
I order my groceries offline.
How do
I
you
order them offline Walmart.
you have them bring them to you? So what is your forward focus on getting transportation? Like, you can't just stay like this forever. How do the kids get to
They ride
school?
the school bus.
So they go to
Hmm.
school. So what is your plan forward for being able to get transportation?
I usually just wait till I usually just have to sit here until I get my ain't got no type of income. I have to sit here till a whole year until I get my taxes. I can't move because it's not allowing me to move because, like I was telling y'all before, I moved in with a negotiable deposit, and so they started adding late fees to it 1 minute, and then when I'm talking to them, like, how are y'all adding late fees to a deposit? It's not rent. And then when I talk to them a month later, it's like, oh, there's no late fees on there. You just need to pay us this and that and that. And I'm like, if I would have known that, I would have paid y'all that. So it's just a whole bunch of 1 minute they saying I have to do this, then when I try to do this, then it's something else, and I'm like, that's not what y'all told me. Y'all told me y'all was adding late fees to my deposit. So it was crazy being in this house.
I've
It's
never
been like
I've
that.
never seen anything like this in
I
housing.
will
Like,
show you.
I
Like
am at a loss of
I
words.
still have your email. I will show you the email with me going back and forth with these people that own this house.
And you're saying that your HUD caseworker
They're not saying
is not
nothing.
helping you out
They
in any
completely
way.
on the landlord side. Whatever they saying you owe them, whatever. Because once you put in relocation and you're not in good standings, like you owe something, then you that's it. You not they like it's out of their hands.
When is your lease
It's
up?
been
When
up.
is
I'm
your
not
lease
even
up?
on a lease. I'm on a month-to-month lease. They wouldn't even let me renew my lease. I'm just sitting here. I'm not even on a lease. I'm on a month-to-month lease.
And they won't let you move your voucher because you owe
Yep.
money.
And your caseworker, how does the government pay? Because usually the government requires an actual lease. So I'm surprised that they're even paying
They
your landlord.
I tried to get legal help,
And if you're on month to month, that means that they're charging you an amount above and beyond market rate for
but I'm not
you to
paying for it.
lease month to
Housing.
month.
Housing is still paying.
No, what happens, Angie, is
They're paying
if
a higher
you
amount.
go over the lease and the lease doesn't renew, then the lease is locked at the same as it was, but it goes a renewal every month, month after month after month after month. So that's the kind of situation she's in. Is she is since they did not renew her lease for every
Hmm.
30 days, she on the January 1st, the lease renews till February 1st. And February 1st to so it's like that's how it works. So it's every 30 days it's renewed automatically until somebody
Well,
does it.
see, like with here, like at my place, if I didn't decide to renew my lease, they were gonna charge me $200 more than what my regular rent was. So, like, whatever they were saying market rate was at that time, plus $200, because I wasn't signing a lease, because I was doing
But
month to
hers
month.
isn't the problem of her. Hers is
So
the
yeah,
landlord who doesn't want to give her the lease.
Hmm.
So he's kind of trapped as well.
and so they paid the entire month. How are you owing anything if you don't have any income?
That's what I said. I said this y'all. This is ridiculous. This is housing. How can I give y'all on? I'm on low income. Y'all want me to come up with all this money that I can't give y'all? I'm on low income. Like, what's the problem?
There's something not right with the information that is going on with the housing information, because how are you responsible for a portion of the rent if you have no income? If you have no income, then your portion goes to zero and they pay the entire amount. Is
That's
that
what I'm saying.
correct?
I'm
Or are
not
they
paying any rent. They houses still paying the whole thing. I'm just on the month-to-month lease. I haven't signed no new lease or nothing. They just told me I was on a month-to-month lease.
so what do you owe money for? How do
The
you owe money?
a deposit.
From when you
When
first
I
got the lease
first signed
a
the
year
lease,
ago?
which was almost 2 years ago.
So you didn't have it all up front, and they just made you an agreement that you'd pay it over time, like certain amount per month until it's all paid,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
you paid into a certain point, and then you stopped paying or something, or what?
Yeah, I couldn't find a way to get to work. I had lost my car. So when I had stopped paying, they was telling me that at late fees to the deposit. And I'm like, how can y'all add late fees to a deposit? I never heard of that. It's not rent. And they kept going back and forth with me, circling the stuff in my lease and saying that I have to pay late fees on the deposit. So a couple of months after that, they told me, oh, there's no late fees on your deposit. We still have not charged you anything. And I'm like, I don't know, should I pay y'all or should I just leave the voucher and try to move? Because y'all tell me one thing, and then when I call, y'all telling me y'all never added no late fees to it. So what's going on? I don't know where to.
So why is housing saying that you can't move? If they're saying that you don't owe anything, you have emails that say that you don't owe anything?
No, they're saying no, and that's for the late fees on the deposit and the rest of the deposit period.
Right, but then they said no, there's no late fees. You don't owe you anything. We haven't charged you
Yeah,
anything.
but
So who's telling you that?
even though they say that, I still owe half of the deposit, just not the late fees.
This seemed like a shady deal from the beginning,
Yeah,
because when I was in housing, you couldn't even move into the apartment until you paid the
yeah,
deposit.
yeah.
Like there was no paying half.
But
Everything had to be paid
they
up
was making
front.
a negotiable. So I paid what I could. The deposit was like 2,300, 800 of that.
Your deposit was $2,300.
Yeah, for a house.
That's 2 months.
That's just for. I guess they was.
Is that
But it's like a 2-month deposit
No, that was just gonna be for 1 month.
in Texas, in the
how
middle
much
of
is your rent for the
in the
month?
middle of rural Texas.
If
How much is your rent?
my rent is, they went up on, it's like 24, I think, like 24 something.
They can't go up if you're on if you're on. I mean, they went up under a new lease?
Under the month-to-month lease, they did, yes.
No, they can't, because again, God darn, I'm telling you, I did that. Texas is where I own my properties. Texas is where I have my law license. This whole situation, you need to go. You need to get a hold of the local bar association. You need to land. The local bar association has ad litem attorneys who will do it for free, and you need to get a hold of an attorney to help you
Okay.
resolve this. An ad litem attorney
Okay.
will get this whole thing shaken up, and they're free. They cost you nothing. And every bar association has ad litem attorneys just for this. They have a program for this.
Can I ask you a question? Did you know the landlord personally in some kind of way? Like, how did you discover this landlord?
Mm-mm. I tried.
I just don't. There's some dishonesty going on about this, and I've never seen a HUD situation operate the way that you're telling me that it's operating. There's definitely some dishonesty that is not going on there, and also
Pam asked a question. How big is the house? Is it like 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom?
It's a 3-bedroom. It's falling apart. The doorknobs is falling off. My microwave is rusted out, and they won't do it. My daughter has
So 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
a mold stain in her
Yeah,
room
but
on her
3-bedroom,
carpet.
2-bath, like 1,200 square feet. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200
Kind of
square
small,
feet.
yeah. Mm.
so you have mold, and HUD won't come in and do anything about the mold.
I had a whole virtual inspection with housing, and it was like only thing he was saying something about was me not having no refrigerator, and I'm sitting up here telling you it's mold on my daughter's carpet.
I would definitely go to the local news media and tell them that you have mold in your hood. approved house that the landlord won't fix and that HUD won't assist you, I'm telling you, call the local news people because I've done it and it worked out perfectly fine for me. Like immediately, as soon as you start calling them local news people and telling them I'm a single mom, I live in a HUD paid for on a voucher program. There is mold in my apartment, and they will definitely send somebody out to take care. I mean, to at least investigate that and assist you with that. Why haven't you tried that? It's been a couple weeks since we talked to you.
Yeah,
Why haven't you tried
because
that?
I've been steady trying to contact housing to see what they was gonna do about it, but obviously they not gonna do nothing.
You can do you know you can do more than one thing at a time. You don't have to just wait on one decision over the other. I will keep calling. I will call all the news people. I will also escalate it to the next level of HUD because that's the first level. So I will go to the next level. There's always a national and there's also usually we had a housing and we had a tenant and landlord association that you could contact and let them know. As soon as you say mold, you usually get some action. So there's no landlord tenant association you can also call to get help.
I haven't tried. I just been going back and forth with them.
I still say reach out to your bar
So you're at home
association.
all day with a phone. Let me tell you this: you're at home all day with a
Hmm.
phone. You need to be calling every agency you can. I never would be off the phone. I never would stop calling. I would be on the phone from morning, noon, and night calling people until I get it done. Listen, my son's PS5 was messed up, and I was on the phone with Microsoft. I called 9 times until I finally got somebody who said we go extend your warranty and we go get it fixed. But I kept calling because I had a situation that needed to be resolved. And I called in over and over and over and over and over again. You either are going to sit there and allow it to happen or you're going to, like, if I'm not working, what else do I got to do?
Right, right. I just kind of it was overwhelming, and I kind of just like, you know what, I'm gonna just probably just stay here and
What's the
just figure
closest
it
city or
out.
town? What's the closest city?
Rockwall
What,
County.
so
That's not even.
call the Rockwell.
I'm not close to no city with no public transportation.
Go to. I'm not saying no. What I'm saying is go to the Rockwell County, Texas, Rockwell County Bar Association. Find their website. Get their website. Whatever. Get the phone number. Call them, and ask them to help you with an ad litem attorney. I'm telling you, once an attorney gets involved, a lot of things change. And they do have ad litem
That's I
programs.
said that. I said that's what I need, but I didn't know where to find one. That only thing I knew so far was I had to pay for one, so I kind of gave up on
No,
that.
call the bar association. Call the Rockwell Bar Association, Rockwell County
Okay.
Bar Association, and
And make sure that you tell them that
yep.
you are receiving HUD voucher. There's mold in your house. You need an attorney to help you because HUD won't help you. Your landlord won't fix anything, and you don't know what else to do. So who can they get to help you with this, or to at least send you to the local
Yeah.
landlord
Have you
tenant
been, and also
association
have you
that can
gone to the
help?
health? Have you reached out to your the health department in your area?
It's one in Dallas that I was supposed to leave a voicemail to, but when I was going to leave a voicemail with them, and that's when I got an email saying they're doing an inspection. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're going to do something about it, but
Reach out to the health department too, because I tell you what, as a landlord, that is the worst thing to receive is a notice from a health department. Believe me, that's another way to do it. You can put pressure on this landlord. You just have to figure out how to do it properly,
how to
which
do
goes
it.
back to the
Yeah.
Ace of Swords I told you about, thinking things differently.
And you don't need another reading, honey. You just need to follow
Yep.
the chain of command up. Like
Okay.
readings, there's nothing like I don't feel like there's anything
Yep.
else we can tell you. We've given you all the options. And I'm not even getting anything psychic. I am so perplexed at this moment. Like I'm not getting anything psychically about this situation because I am dumbfounded as to what's going on. Like I've never seen anything to this level with HUD, with this disregard for someone's
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen either, and Lord knows
housing.
I've done a lot. So, no. And let me. Do you have a paper and pen with you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you the number for the Rockwell Bar Association. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I have it.
972
Mm-hmm.
771
Okay.
2579.
2579.
And the news, call the
Yes.
local news. Immediately call the local news. And sometimes they even have online forms that you can fill out. Because when I did mine, I didn't call them. I did an online, I did like 3 on your side. I put in that it was a COVID cost, and I put in whatever information, details about it, and somebody contacted me immediately. So definitely go to your local news media and let them know. But you have to put all those details in there. I have a HUD voucher. The landlord won't fix anything. HUD won't help me out. I have mold in my house. I don't have a refrigerator. I don't have transportation. Nobody is helping me. How can I move forward? If there's anybody here in Texas who can help her out, like we're welcome to that too.
And again, what number did I give you?
972-771-2579.
No, let me give you a better one than that one. This one is legal aid and pro bono services for Rockwell County.
Okay.
All right. This is directly to the legal aid and pro bono services. 972-422-2911.
Okay, and that's the one where I can find like a lawyer that I don't have to
That
pay
is
for.
pro bono. Pro bono means
Okay.
free. So it's
Okay.
legal aid and pro bono services. Okay. It's called the Hope's Door New Beginning Center. So there you go.
Okay, I'll call them in the morning. Okay, thanks.
Yep. All right. Well, good luck with that. I tell you, I know it's not easy, but hang in there. You will get this resolved, but keep fighting, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right. Have a good evening. Lord have mercy. I tell you what, sometimes when it rains, it pours, right? For some folks. Okay. Well, with that, I think that we are pretty much done, Angie. You can stick a fork in this.
That was perplexing to me. Don, I've never heard of anything like that. I've never had any housing issues like that in my life. And I was a case manager for 8 years. Like I had people who had like 4 or 5 felonies, and I was able to get them better housing than what she's getting. That is her being railroaded. I've never heard of it.
You know, I represented, I mean, as you know, I had tons of properties, but as an attorney in Texas, I represented a lot of landlords who had issues where the tenants would call the health department, and before you know it, they getting bombarded with everything, right? Or they would get on HUD, and then HUD would come at us. And I've never seen something where the landlord has such a superior position, because usually I'm fighting tooth and nail to get bullshit that should never have been even hit on, you know.
Well, that's why I'm wondering. I'm like, does HUD have a personal relationship with
Exactly. And $2,300, $2,400. It's like,
Yeah.
for that in rural Texas, I don't think so. Something's not right. So, Lord have mercy. All I can say is, man, hopefully she'll just work it through, and that's the most important thing, and get it resolved. That's important. With that said, folks, don't forget that the weekly readings for this week are up on my YouTube channel. Please go check them out and make sure that you click subscribe. That'd be great, and hit those like buttons. That would be important too. Additionally, next week is a new moon, a full moon. So do the ritual. It's a first of the month. Do that ritual as well. And again, if you haven't done it before, or you don't know what the ritual is for the full moon, I'm going to put up a link that you can use. It'll take you to a full moon ritual video. That's only like 4 or 5 minutes at most. It's very quick. And then enjoy your 4th of July. Angie, anything exciting happening for your 4th?
No, I will be working all week for the 4th of July around that time. I don't have any explicit plans or anything right now. No. And it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be like 113. Not that I'm complaining about it. I'm okay with it. But no, I don't have any plans.
I hear you. Yeah, I think that I know we're doing something for the weekend. We're going to do something, but I don't think we're just going to chill out for the holiday itself. It's like, no transportation, just kind of stay and chill, and that's not a bad thing.
How's the fire going in Scottsdale?
I haven't heard
Like,
any more
is that-
reports on it, so I'm hoping it's out. And I haven't smelled any burn. So, because usually it's as close it is, the wind would blow. I haven't smelt it. I haven't seen it. So that's a blessing. That's for sure.
Collective Capricorn, I'm glad you will be baking for the 4th of July. Get them red, white, and blue cookies out, or whatever kind of cookies you want to get out, but get that done.
Absolutely. Linda says she'll be in Florida. She'll still be in Florida. Super,
All
super.
right.
You guys were awesome tonight, Linda said. Thank you. We appreciate that, Linda.
I was gonna say, Don, I really enjoyed this. Like the new people, the new crowd of people. I enjoyed the new names that we saw in the chat, and then also having the people come on camera live. I really enjoyed the interaction, the new people that we met, and then like visions were coming
Mhm.
in very, very quickly. So I enjoyed that too. You know, I love a good visual.
Exactly. And well, with that said, then we are out of here. Again, folks, thank you all so very much for popping in. We do appreciate it. We feel blessed when we are surrounded by our community, and you guys make us a family. So we're good.
Will you be on in the morning, Don, with Sean?
Yes.
Thursday. Yes, tomorrow. Like tomorrow Thursday, right? Because I can't do Wednesday again.
Yeah, because it made me think. I was wondering. Her mom comes in soon, so I don't know if the mom's coming in tomorrow
Oh,
or
okay.
whether I don't know for sure. I have to text her and see. So
For all of you that keep asking, can we see your comments? Yes, we can see your comments. The stream is ending. We've been on almost 3 hours. We're not taking any more questions. We are ending the live. So we see your questions. We're just not taking any more right now. Dom will be back on in the morning, maybe with Shauna. If not, then maybe out. Then Sunday, me and Sherry Berry will be on, and then again Sunday through Friday, somebody's on. The only day that we're not on live is Saturday. So if you can hold your questions till Sunday or till tomorrow morning, you can get your questions answered then. We do see your
absolutely.
questions.
All right, everybody. Have a good evening. We will talk to you later. Let me see if I have. Let me cue up the video. What happened to our intros and extras? They're all gone. What happened? I don't know what happened to them. Oh well.
Technology,
That's all I
yeah.
can think of. With that said, then we're just gonna get out of here with a good, simply the best goodbye. How's that?